What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday night. Can you guys believe this is the 7th episode of Thursday Night Football Cards, and the regular season opening game is only 1 week away? And I know you guys have got to be bubbling with excitement of all the talk that Jeff from the Sports Card Investor and all of the other YouTubers finally talking about our favorite skill positions within the NFL and how well they're doing. And I know you guys have been following along. If you're new here, welcome. We do a deep dive correlating fantasy opportunity and athletic profiles and all of NFL players outside of just QBs with their rookie card prices. And we collect football cards and we invest in football cards, and we have a lot of fun here, and we've been doing it since day one. And it is so nice to see these other big time influencers within the sports card space now starting to recognize all of these other positions and opportunities within the football card market outside of just QBs. So what is up, everybody? Thank you so much. David Hunter, welcome, brother. How are you, man? I hope you're good. Let's dig in. Yes, we have a special guest tonight as well. This guy is an entertainer. He's a comedian. He's a YouTuber. He's a sports analyst. He's got a lot of sports knowledge, and he's brand new to the sports card market. And I cannot wait to pick his brain on his experience and his insight from the college football level. And he's got a lot of questions for me as well. And this is going to be entertaining. It's going to be exciting. And I appreciate you guys joining me, because I know we've got a lot of live streams, guys. I was just before I logged on here earlier, I saw Personal Finance Dad live. I saw Hobby Box live. Looks like they're all talking about football cards. I love it. I love the attention on the football cards. I even had the Personal Finance Dad reach out to me. He wants to collaborate on a box break for the Mosaic. What's up, Daniel Midnight McPhee? Yeah, man, I'm excited to get the Carter on the channel. He has not joined yet. He is probably eating some chicken wings right now. If you guys know anything about this guy, he's absolutely fanatical about his chicken wings. And we're excited to have him on. But while we're waiting for him to join, let's talk about some really hot news in the NFL. As you guys know, you guys are part of the Fantasy League. You guys know that Leonard Fournette was cut from the Jags, which is a clear sign that the Jacksonville Jaguars are trying to get that number 1 pick in 2021. But guess who picked him up? The Patriots were talking about him. Tom Brady said, you are not getting former Heisman Trophy winner Leonard Fournette. The Bucs snagged him on a 1-year prove it or lose it deal. He's coming to Tampa. And JoJo, the BMFer, tried to trade me Philip Lindsay for him. I rejected. Very happy that I did, because now I've got Leonard Fournette, who's even though Bruce Arians came out this morning or earlier today and said, Ronald Jones is our number 1. Bruce Arians is infamous for pumping up players and misleading media and the mainstream audience, because he wants to deceive other teams. He don't want you to know who we got going on. So, guys, I'm very excited to introduce tonight's guest, coming all the way from somewhere in Arkansas, I believe. Welcome to the channel, Carter Bryant. Carter the Power Bryant.
Look at this. Look, you got the Michael Jordan background going on. You're smiling big. Your head is shining. Andy, I'm telling you, man, God, Mr. Clean is now in the card industry, and this is just great, man. We are looking to build dope football card collections together. Let's do this.
Yes, sir. Let's dig in. Let's dig in.
Let's go.
I like that setup, man. You got the microphone, the headset.
Yeah.
You got
So here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this. Okay. So here's the thing. All right. I want everyone that's watching this to know that this is going to be the funnest live card show ever. And it's funny, Andy, because I still don't know what the hell you do other than really good YouTube content. So I'm sorry I said the AG hot sticks words. If you're watching with your family, I apologize. Anyway, look at this, man. I am addicted to LSU players because I am a graduate of LSU, and I love Joe Burrow. I can't wait for the Joe Burrow prisms to come out in the Bengals uniform. And here's the thing: I'm trying to sell off all these Joe. And I'll show everyone in a second. I'm trying to sell off my Joe Burrow LSU prisms that I have that I joy bought. And if I don't sell them, it's one of those things. And you talk about it, and all the people that are actually really smart in this industry talk about it. The difference between business and the difference between buying a card if you really like them or not. And what's interesting is that I know you were thinking about some Gardner Minshew's. But, But I bought a bunch of these DJ Chark cards for like $4 or $5 a piece. I mean, was that a bad move?
No, man, I love DJ Chark, and that's a very good price point. Very good price point. DJ Chark's an incredible athletic profile. He may be on a bad team, but I mean, with Gardner Minshew, he's going to be a big fantasy producer this year. He's got a lion's share of the targets in Jacksonville, and Gardner Minshew's got a good accuracy. Right. He's got a good accuracy rating as a QB, and he's got the whole Mississippi mustache going on. And at a Prism rookie card for a top 20 fantasy wide receiver for $4.
Good. So I'm glad I did something right. So here's the thing. Okay. I want everyone that's watching this. Okay. So you have a bunch of diehard, like actual football card people watching this. I want everyone to know that this is the first year I've done this. So Andy, I am an idiot. Okay, everyone that, including Midnight McPhee. What a name. I mean, Midnight McPhee. Look, he's in the gym. He's getting his juice on, baby. I love that. I need to get my chubby Bruno Mars ass back in the gym. But anyway, I want everyone here to help me out, because any tips that you have for me, Andy, any tips that any listeners have for me, I know normally people come on and are expecting to hear an expert. I watched your interview with the fastest growing card collector on YouTube, and I just only caught like 5 minutes of it. I watched it earlier today before coming on here, and I'm like, that dude actually had some meaningful advice to share to all your viewers. I know nothing, but I have learned just a little bit, and I not only bought DJ Chark, I bought Calvin Ridley as well. And here's the thing, Andy, I'm thinking a lot of these third-year, fourth-year wide receivers, I think a lot of these guys are actually going to break out and have huge years, especially Calvin Ridley.
Well, if you pick Calvin Ridley, man, then you are licking your chops, because he was one of the biggest blow-ups in August, man. Calvin Ridley's rookie cards blew up in August, big time. I've been selling a ton of that. Look at that green prism. Beautiful.
Look at that, man. I don't remember how much I got. I think I just bought a bunch of them. I was like, I'm going to buy a bunch. I'm so excited because I watched your stuff. And, hey, what's up, David? Good to see you, man. So I just bought a bunch of cards. I didn't know what was actually a good cards. I don't know what was bad cards. And that's a good point there by David, especially now that our boy Leonard Fournette is gone. And me being an LSU guy, it's interesting to see what his value is going to do now playing with Tom Brady. But I actually have a little history with Calvin Ridley. We did an interview at SEC Media Days together, and he was one of the nicest athletes I've ever met in my life. He was a very, very, and I know a lot of people said he's quiet or whatnot. So that's another reason why I like him, because he was more than nice to me. He also, so this was interesting. So he's still in college, right, Andy? And
Really?
not only is he still in college, this kid had the most iced out watch I've ever seen. Now, hold on. What's up, Shelly? How did Calvin Ridley? Now, he could have easily bought that watch, but it was one of the nicest watches I've ever seen, and he played at Alabama. I'll let you guys connect the dots because Alabama players, for some reason, all have really, really nice cars. But now Calvin Ridley, this is a player I think is going to break out. I'm going to go ahead and say it here, Andy. Calvin Ridley will produce more fantasy points this year than Julio Jones. What do you think, Andy? What do you think? Is that too bold?
That's bold.
Are you about to kick me off the live stream because I'm here giving people bold, entertaining advice? Because here's the thing. I'm so sick and tired of this. All right. I'm so sick and tired of people saying, well, Julio Jones is the best wide receiver in the NFL. No, he's not. It's Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is the best wide receiver in the NFL. And if people have a problem with it, let me know. And if you want to send me a Michael Thomas Prism rookie card for $2, you're more than welcome to do that. You can just go on ahead and do that and actually give it to a real Michael Thomas fan. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. I agree with you on the Michael Thomas, although Chris Godwin may surpass him this year. I don't know. We're going to see what we're going to see what Brady's got in store for us. I also have seen overnight Leonard Fournette's rookie cards literally blow up.
Really?
Overnight. Yes, since yesterday, since the news dropped that he signed with the Bucs, I went on to, because of these online electronic card trading platforms like ComC and StarStock, I literally went on there and noticed that his cards doubled. His rookie card, the Select, the Prism, the Prisms were gone. The Selects were doubled. And my buddy, the guy that you watched that was on here, the fastest growing sports card. Yeah. He sent me a sale earlier today of a Leonard Fournette that he bought just yesterday morning for $14, sold it to this morning for $35.
God, really?
It was a Tri Prism Select rookie card.
That is so crazy, man. So tell me this. All right, for a beginner like myself, this is my first year buying cards. Okay, so I'm sorry. The comeback card investor. Spilled cereal. That is fantastic. So tell me this. My first year buying these Prisms, buying these rookies. I have an Amari Cooper coming in. I have a Stephon Diggs rookie coming in. And I'm really buying into receivers because, someone's making – there's so much out there about these abbreviated training camps and a lot of wide receivers aren't going to have the same chemistry with the quarterbacks. What I actually believe is the opposite. There's a lot of defensive backs that have also shifted teams this offseason. And because passing routes are so complicated now, so much of secondary play is about communication. So I think a lot of these second and third year wide receivers like Calvin Ridley, like DJ Chark, I think their numbers are going to balloon. Even Stephon Diggs, who's playing with the new quarterback and a little bit of a more run-based offense. I don't know. Maybe you have a different opinion on that.
No, I'm with you. And I think that the opt-outs have kind of encouraged us as well. Right. I think we've seen more defensive players opt out. It's not as flashy as of a position. They don't get the media hype like the offensive players, the quarterback, the running back, wide receiver. I think we could see that. And plus the referee rules. I mean, look at how easily they call pass interference.
Right.
The tackling protocols. I absolutely think we could see bigger on-field performances from these skill positions, which I think are going to carry over directly to their rookie cards.
So tell me this. I got this for $1. Someone just sent this to me. They were a fan of my LSU YouTube channel, and someone just sent me a bunch of LSU rookie cards. it is true that they are far more valuable in their NFL uniforms, correct?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, so their college uniforms hold good value until their NFL uniform cards come out, and then those drop, and then the cards in their pro uniforms go up.
It's so interesting because I don't know, and I was talking to someone about this recently. Like, college football fans are just so much crazier, but college football fans, because of the rules and whatnot, they buy a lot more general stuff. Like, they'll just buy, of course you have your fans that buy the replica jerseys, but I feel like more college fans just buy stuff with the team logo on it, where NFL fans have a little bit more of a connection with the player. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it's more a team pride. So like college is more team pride, and NFL, yeah, people really gravitate towards specific players. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So yeah, I'm once again, I'm just pulling out all these cards. I'm just trying to learn as much as I possibly can. So this is so interesting to me because I don't know how much prices actually go up or down during the year. So, like, let's say like DJ Chark has 0 touchdowns in the first 4 weeks. Does that mean his price just plummets? Is that how that normally works?
I don't think it's going to plummet at that price point that you bought it at. If it's still trading around that $5 to $10, I don't think it's going to plummet, but it's certainly not going to go up. I think it'll just hold value, because it's a Prism rookie card of a good athlete, and he's young. I think it'll hold value at that price point. Whereas if we saw Chris Godwin, for example, his Prism rookie card is now trading at like $75 for that same raw rookie card. Michael Thomas the same. Michael Thomas is the same, maybe even a little bit more. But I think if we were to see him get hurt, or if we were to see him, remember Julio Jones last year, it was like this whole thing where he couldn't get into the end zone. He was very productive, but he didn't get into the end zone until week 10 or 12 or something crazy. It was like, there's like a curse or something on him there. But I think that if we see a really quiet first 4 games from one of those guys, and like Mike Evans is getting all the attention, and Rob Gronkowski and these other guys, Chris Godwin's rookie card could certainly go down to, that 30 to 40. I don't know, but I think it could certainly go down because it's at an inflated price point now,
Oh.
And it started out at that $4 to $5 to $10 range back in the beginning of June,
Right. God, it's just crazy what Tom Brady does. Like, the Leonard Fournette price thing is interesting because you and I were texting back and forth yesterday about that.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating about him is, like, when he was in high school, he was St. Augustine High School in New Orleans. So one of the biggest high schools, with football history and whatnot. Peyton Manning said in an interview that in high school, Leonard Fournette physically is ready to play right now. So this kid had more hype than anyone. And I was in Baton Rouge when he came there, and it was like he was walking on water before he even took a carry. And his true freshman year was okay, and then his sophomore year was the big year. But it is weird that he's playing in Jacksonville, and then he goes to Tampa, and because of Brady that his value just shoots up now that he's with Tampa Bay. So my question for you is, in cards, is it the wide receivers, or is it just the quarterbacks that have all the value? Is it just the Dak Prescotts, the Tom Brady's of the world?
Traditionally, yes. And but because of all of the new growth within the sports card market as a whole, because of guys like me that have been avid fantasy footballers, looking at the entire player pool of the NFL, my favorite players in fantasy going all the way back to 2010, I think it's a lot of guys like me that are getting that see value. I'm wanting to invest in all these other positions outside of quarterback from a collection standpoint and also an investment standpoint, because I feel like it's only a matter of time as new growth and new people come into the sports card market. And so we've seen that this year. I mean, whether it's because of COVID or whether it's because of, people have, don't have as much to do and sports aren't on TV. So we're finding other outlets, and investing in sports cards is a lot of fun too, right?
Right.
And so now it's just a natural progression and more growth, into the sports card market. And we're seeing people diversify outside of quarterbacks. We're seeing guys like Christian McCaffrey, Michael Thomas, Chris Godwin get, a lot. Some of them have rookie card prices that are now equivalent to quarterbacks in the NFL. Maybe not Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson levels, but certainly they're, at Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield type of levels.
That's so fascinating. I want to show you this one. This is my this is one of my Joe Burrows that I bought right here. I'll take this off real quick. Anyway, it's it's one of those rookie things. I'm waiting for his Bengals to come out. So Joe Burrow Prism. And I have a few colors of this Joe Burrow, and I am trying to sell these right now. So it is interesting, though, because I didn't know. I just saw him online, and I said, look, my all-time favorite athlete, which is Joe Burrow, because he was a quarterback of the best LSU team of all time. Yeah. I said, oh, look, it shines, and it's beautiful. And I bought 6 of these, I think, for $250 a few weeks ago. But now the price is like around there. I have a green, a blue, a silver one, a pink pulsar, whatever. So, I'm still learning. I just figured out right after I bought it that the NFL versions in his NFL uniform, which hasn't come out yet, are the ones that are really valuable.
Yeah, I think that is a really cool collection piece, especially for guys like you who are big LSU fans. And what's good is that card can still be sold on platforms like StarStock, which is my favorite card trading platform now, because their fees are half of what eBay and ComC are, and they do happen to accept Prism draft picks, which is really good news. So if you were looking at that from an investment standpoint, I think because of what Joe Burrow did in LSU, and because he led the greatest LSU team of all time, like you say, that card is going to hold more value than you take another guy like a Baker Mayfield or a Kyler Murray, who also won the Heisman and went 1.1 draft pick, but it wasn't necessarily as generational and legendary of a year like Joe Burrow had,
You see, that's what I'm thinking too. I don't know. I know nothing about cards, like I said, but I just think that the college cards one day may actually be worth something as people get more into nostalgia and whatnot. But it's wild because my dad grew up collecting basketball and NBA and all that, and it's weird because I want to be great in football, just to do something different than him. So I've been eating up your content, reading some people that have been commenting on some of your videos, and man, it's been really helpful. It has really been helpful as I get ready for this first year. So
nice.
I do think this is true, though. I just hope the younger generation gets into cards as well. Not obviously spending hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatnot, but I do think our kids and grandkids and whatnot will be very interested in this. I really do think the card game is here to stay.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you say that. I think so too. And I think all these guys here agree with me as well. And I think as more of us get into content creation, like I saw, basically my buddy here, the comeback card investor, my best friend as a child, him and I would collect cards together when we were kids here in Tampa. And he's been a content creator for several years. But whenever Tom Brady signed with the Bucs and all the COVID was going on, he's like, check out what I'm finding online around all these sports cards. This is back in March. And I hadn't seen a card since the 90s. I didn't realize they even made cards with jersey patches and all this stuff, prisms. And so I was like immediately drawn back in and hooked. And I love fantasy football. I love creating content as well. So I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to share my journey and share value, as I find it, because I just learning at the same time, but I'm like doing a deep dive. Like I'd like to do a really, and like Michael Hamm here in Tampa, that guy, he's been in sports cards for a long time. So he's got a lot more knowledge on the card industry and coming from being in it for a long time. But yeah, man, I'm just soaking up everything from everybody around me. And your channel is unique in and of itself, because I haven't seen any other content around what you've been doing about bobbleheads.
Right. Yeah. So
or sports gyms, right?
Yeah. So Sports Gyms is the name of my channel. Just a little background. I've done media my whole life. I've done radio since I was a sophomore in college. And, I've always collected sports stuff. I've always collected bobbleheads. So yeah, I'm a big believer in bobbleheads. I'm a big believer in Funko Pops, but I'm an even bigger believer in just whatever makes you feel happy, whatever gives you that release when it comes to the sports world. For me, that could be a bobblehead. That could be a program you got at the 1998 Sugar Bowl. It could be anything. So, bobbleheads is mostly the basis of my channel. But then I started looking into sports cards, and I'm like, God, these sports cards are incredible. They look cool. The way the Prism makes the cards is so different than when I collected cards. So, that's what makes it fascinating. And also on Sports Gyms, it's about comedy. I feel like collecting could be a little stiff sometimes. So, I've done stand-up for 5 years now, and so I'll do sketches and jokes and pranks on my girlfriend and whatnot on all the videos. So that's what makes it fun to me.
Yeah, you're a good YouTuber, man. I really enjoyed your videos. I thought they were funny. The little Easter eggs that you throw in on your recent videos about the chicken wings.
Yeah, chicken wings, baby. You're the only one that saw that. You're the only one that. So I want everyone to know, yesterday, your boy Andy, the reason why that most of you are here is because Andy is a fantasy football card guy, okay? Andy shamed me for eating 15 chicken wings last night. So not only did you shame me, my girlfriend said, so what I wanted was another, because, football and chicken wings, that goes hand in hand. That's yeah, man. It's like Tom Brady and cheating. Like, it goes hand in hand. So it's oh, my bad. I'm sorry. The bandwagon fans that are, I'm sorry, Patriots fans that are watching, I'm sorry if that offended you. But anyway, I was going to actually eat some chicken wings, but Andy said, Carter, you got to lay off the chicken wings, man. Got to lay off the chicken wings. So you know what I ate before the broadcast today, Andy? It's what every single person ate before they came on this broadcast today. A salad. I ate a salad today because I looked at myself in the wing. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, God, that belly is so freaking fat. Like, I'm so fat now. I feel like Albert Hainsworth ate Indomitian Sue. Like, I feel that fat right now. So I ate a salad, and I'm reared up, ready to go. What's up, Jerry? Driving and listening, living life dangerously. That's what I like to see. You will do whatever for these football cards. Jerry with the G. Let's see. McKnight says, do I leave my CC Sabathia bobblehead in the box? It's a Star Wars one that I got at Yankee Stadium. So, here's the thing about this. Do you want me to answer this, Andy?
Yeah, right man.
Here? Okay, so bobbleheads are meant to be taken out of the box. That's my personal view on bobbleheads. Now, if you have the bobblehead still mint in the box, but the bobblehead means nothing to you, then obviously don't take it out of the box. But if you want to keep it, don't put it on your shelf and keep it in the box. It's different than Funko Pops. So Funko Pops, a big thing in the Funko industry is leaving it in the box. I'm not a big fan of that. Take the daggum thing out of the box if you plan on keeping it. If you don't want to keep it and you want to sell it for more, it doesn't really add as much to the value of bobbleheads in particular, because it's a pretty well-known thing in the industry that you keep it in the box. Now, if it's a retail bobblehead and there's like plastic around it and you have to like rip something up, then yeah, that's a little bit different. But most bobbleheads are in a box, in a styrofoam pack. You know, it's just known that it's going to be taken out. So it doesn't really matter. So Midnight, if you want to keep it, take it out of the box and put it on your shelf. I have a bunch of CC Sabatias. He's one of my favorite Yankees. Put it out and put it on your shelf because it's going to look good, because CC is just a phenomenal individual.
Yeah, I saw you did highlight that in your last video about the Tatis.
Tatis! I love Fernando Tatis. You know what's okay. So I know this is more football face, and I know a lot of people listening and watching this right now are football guys. Guess what? I am too. I left the game of baseball when Jeter and Rivera retired. That was just me. And I know there have been a bunch of young, really talented baseball players since then, but none have caught my eye quite like Fernando Tatis. And this is what makes that situation so different, Andy. It's because Fernando Tatis plays for the Padres. And the reason why San Diego deserves something to be happy about is because the greedy idiots that run the NFL took a good team like the Chargers out of San Diego and put them in LA, where they have 2 people attend their games. Seriously, there are more people watching this live stream right now that actually attend Chargers games. It is horrible to see a fan base that was one of the best in the NFL in San Diego and have it ripped away. So because of that, that adds a little bit more value in me being happy for the Padres, because San Diego is such a great sports city.
Yeah, man. I feel you there. It's like LA, do they need more teams? And now you got one in Vegas, though. You got one in Vegas.
And that's fine. You know, obviously ripping the team out of Oakland sucks, but Vegas kind of fits the Raiders. So, sure, I don't think as many fans are going to leave Oakland and the Raiders as much as many fans left the Chargers in San Diego. That one felt a little bit more personal because they were already getting the Rams. And, you know, there's so much about professional sports I hate. So, yeah, David, everybody gets this heat. Now, here's the thing. All right, Andy. As a comedian, when you work in stand-up comedy, you have to be able to take heat from everyone, okay? You got to have a thick skin to do it. I bring that same attitude to every video. So if anyone takes anything personally, nothing's taken personally. It's just fun. That's why we do all of this. Now, a lot of people are in it just for the money, and I totally get it. I've learned a lot about the business over the past few weeks of card collecting from watching your channel and just learning through different resources. But if you do something like football, like, look, these are football cards. These are players that are mostly younger than most of us, running with the ball in their hand on a shiny square object, rectangle. I went to LSU. We don't study geometry. Anyway, most of this is crazy. Look at us. We are adult males talking about the value of these shiny objects. That sounds something more like a 4-year-old would do, but look at us, Andy. So if you're not having fun doing this, I don't want you to come to my channel. They can watch your stuff. I don't want to run anyone away, but if you're not having fun doing this, what's the point? If you want to really chase money, go be Wolf of Wall Street. Go do whatever. But this is football card investing. It's supposed to be fun. And that's why I like you, Andy, because you actually have fun. You actually do care about the sport.
I do, man. I'm not the greatest joker though, because I'm by day I'm a design engineer and I'm very analytical and focused on the details. And so whenever I try and joke, it doesn't always come across like your jokes, But hey, I still have fun. I have a blast,
That's
man.
it. That's what you got to do, man.
I have a blast. And the comeback card investor will tell you that the secret to making a prism is they get their chrome from Chipotle. They use the Chipotle burrito.
So, hey, Andy, can I do something real quick? I need your advice, okay?
Okay.
And I need so I already asked you about this yesterday, and I know you're more into raw cards, okay?
Yeah.
So I need your friends that really know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to PSA to help me out here. So I want to show you my favorite card that I have. Is that okay if I go ahead and show you this? Is that fine? So
sure.
So this is my crown jewel. I spent, I think, $45 on this autographed DJ Chark.
Nice.
And so I'm sorry if everyone tuned in today and they're not Jaguars or Chark fans. Chark is my favorite NFL player. I loved him at LSU. A lot of people didn't expect him to become a superstar. So I want to get this graded, but I've never actually done the PSA thing. So should I get it graded or what should I do with this card? More than likely, I'm going to keep this forever, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with this.
Dude, that's a badass card, man. And Shark's a baller. I think he's going to blow up with Minshew there. I'd get it graded, man. I am big on buying raw, selling raw, but you're not selling that. That's like
probably not. No.
That is the equivalent of my autographed Chris Godwin rookie card. And so, I plan on sending it in to get graded. You get a little bit of a discount if you send in like volume. If you send in, you get like their membership, and you can send in like 20 cards. It's a little bit less. Plus, it takes a ton of time to get it graded now because their backlog and the wait time is like 6 months or something crazy.
Really?
Yeah, but there's these, there's some of these guys can talk about it, but there's grading services that you can send your card to. They'll examine it. They'll give you advice on what you would get from a score standpoint. A lot of it comes down to, do the corners look good? I mean, the card looks sharp. The corners, the centering though is big. The centering's big. The surface, the surface imperfections.
I don't know. Like I haven't taken it out of this plastic thing yet.
So Mike Hamm says graded for sure. I trust his advice for sure. That's another thing you go look at. Like, do you send it to PSA, SGC, BGS? SGC does have a really cool slab. It's got that black slab. Yeah, that's nice, man. It's very nice.
I just love this card. I just love the color. Yeah. I don't know if it's like a rare card or whatever, but I don't know. This one's probably my favorite, even more than the Joe Burrows. PS a little more lenient, while Beckett SGC can be a little tough. So is PSA the standard? Is it so much bigger than all the other ones?
Yeah, but I think by far. I think PSA and BGS, from what I've seen and talking to everybody and all the content that I've consumed, PSA definitely the biggest and the most well-known, most prestigious, because of how they track the populations of all their cards. They put in that nice little plaque. It's got the little QR code on there. PSA is the standard, but then you got, BGS looks good too, and that's Beckett. Beckett's probably the longest standing one. I don't know. I feel like Beckett's been around since I was a little kid. I get the Beckett magazine every week and look at the card prices. But then you have SGC. Yeah, and someone here, Shelly, mentioned InvestiCard, which is a grading service. I believe I saw an interview from him on the Sports Card Investor channel. about having a better turnaround and lower fees. And yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, if you have nothing but time and it's a personal collection value, yeah, I'd send it to PSA. I think David said PSA can be a little bit more lenient. PSA is a little bit more lenient sometimes. The beg SGC can be a little tougher.
That's so cool. That all this stuff is so interesting to me.
Oh, we got Brad. Brad's a big Bears fan. He's been talking trash that the Bears are going to beat the Bucks Thursday Night Football, October 8th.
Oh my God, Brad, please. I mean, have you ever has anyone's night ever gotten better when a Bears fan enters the chat? Never, never once. And Brad is rocking the denim hoodie jersey thing right there. That's great, man. Brad still wants to be in the Backstreet Boys. That's okay. So that's the thing, man. No, I don't know. Like I was looking at PSA. I was looking up all that stuff, and I was just confused. I was like, what the heck? What? It takes 6 months to get something graded. What do they do? And then someone told me they get a little thing, and they go like, is that what they do? They get like a magnifying glass and how do they tell if it's a 10 or a 9? Like, all right, I want to ask all your experts out there, including Brad, even though he is a Bears fan. I want all of your expert opinion. How many times have you thought you were getting a 10 and you got a 9 compared to times you thought you were sending in a 9 and you got a 10? Which one happens more? Now, I know, Andy, you're more of a raw guy, but I am interested in knowing that because to me, from speaking to people that have submitted stuff to PSA, they've gotten more 10s back that they thought were 9s as compared to vice versa. So what are you looking for? What are the things that I should be looking for to see if something is even worth being graded?
Well, if you watch Brad, the Comeback Card Investor's new video, one of his recent videos on PSA pro tips, 9s to 10s, is actually a really informative, high-value video. He's a great YouTuber, and he submitted like over 200 cards and really did a deep dive on what to look for. And what he did is invested in one of those little magnifying glass lamps that lights up, but also has a magnifying glass in it, because you really want to look for any type of little micro speck abrasion or missing piece of chrome or color. And then the centering. So even if you want to get out a little tiny ruler and measure the distance on either side, the borders, how far are the borders of the chrome from the actual outside of the card, things like that. The corner's got to be pristine. What I've heard is if you see that, then you're pretty much going to get a 9 at least. And then maybe if you get lucky, then yeah. So like Michael Hamm says, 10 to 9 happens way more.
Wow. Wow. Now that just knocks down my psyche, because I was looking at this DJ chart card, and me being a novice, I'm like, ooh, I might get a 10 out of this. Hey. But I don't know. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at. I really don't. Anybody that holds a fish in their profile pic knows what the hell they're talking about. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
PSA graders are inconsistent. Big groups only go through one person. Oh, okay. So is he saying only do what is he saying here exactly?
Yeah, he's basically saying that. So what's interesting is that PSA graders, it's not done by one person. It's a group of people. So you don't know which grader you're going to get. It's like NFL referees. Some graders are going to say that's a 9. Other graders are going to say that's a 10. One ref calls pass interference. The other one, lets it slide, gives it a 10 kind of thing. That's kind of how I've looked at it from what I've seen all these guys talk about. And it's kind of it's subjective.
So does he know someone there that grades the cards every single time? Is that what he's saying? Like, reach out to one person.
I think that's why a lot of guys use a grading service, because you have guys that own sports card shops that send in hundreds and thousands of cards every year, and these guys are well known by PSA, and they know that if this shop is sending me a card, then I'll be more lenient because they've already kind of pre-qualified or pre-graded it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I think some people have favor like that, and like Brad said in his video, you build a relationship with the grading service, the submission service, and they have built a relationship with the PSA grader.
That's interesting.
See, so look what Mike Hamm said. He said if you use a grading service, they usually have one grader. They have one grader that grades all their cards.
One grader. Okay, he's saying.
One grader grade all their. See, so they have like a dedicated grader at PSA, and they're probably more likely to get a higher score because they're more well known. It's like, oh well, this guy's been doing it for 20 years. You know, he always sends us 10s, or he always sends us perfect cards.
So this is what's fascinating. So I'll give people a little bit more about my history, about why cards interest me. So my dad has been recognized, and I'm only saying this because you guys actually care about it. I don't ever say that. So my dad's been recognized for his basketball collection by the PSA. So I've been to So I've been to National 3 times, and it was about a decade ago, and the National Collecting Convention or whatever. So I've met some of the people that work at PSA, and it's interesting, you know, going around the national convention and hearing different people have different opinions about cards. So this was like a gazillion years ago, but still, I found that to be so fascinating, and that it's still the same way now. So I don't know. I met a bunch of people from PSA, and it's crazy that they're still the leaders. It feels like to me that the gap between them and everybody else has grown even wider since then.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I was wondering. I've been meaning to ask you that because you mentioned your dad was a PSA Hall of Famer, and so what kind of
Famer.
Yeah. What's like the coolest cards he's got in his collection?
It's unreal,
like Michael Jordan rookie cards, like all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like he's probably, first off, it's crazy. He's never done a stand-up set in his life, and he's way funnier than I am. But he's just a very affable guy. A lot of people loved working with him. A lot of people loved trading him good cards. And, he collected Jordan shoes. He collected everything Michael Jordan. So, whenever we went to National, we met all the people from PSA, and they gave him his Hall of Fame award. It was weird because they were talking about this collection like it was something crazy. To me at that time, they were just cards, right? So just the other day, I went through some of his collection, and just seeing George Iceman Gervman, PSA 10, Magic Johnson, PSA 10, Dave DeBusschere, PSA 10, all these.
Wow. All these PSA 10s.
Yeah, just all 10s. Just all 10s.
Legends.
And I didn't know.
Yeah, legends.
Yeah, I didn't know what that even meant at the time. Ironic meant, dad joke there. But I was just, my jaw was dropped going back and now knowing what PSA 10s and how hard they are to get. So, that's why cards have always interested me. And, he didn't really get big into football cards, but he might now that I'm into it. But, just going back and looking at those 10s is just wild. It's just wild.
Sam's, he's going to be great in the slot. I feel like you got it. There's a good joke for that.
Look, Laviska
Chenault.
Laviska Chenault. Okay, so So I've been reading the bottom thing while I've been talking, and no one mentioned Justin Jefferson, right?
Justin Jefferson, yeah.
Diggs is out the door. Thielen's
Yeah.
over the hill. Jefferson's going to get
Justin Jefferson, yeah.
Jefferson's going to okay. If Jefferson is allowed to play the slot, he's going to tear people apart. He's really good in the slot. He didn't play the outside receiver role a lot this last year. Most of his numbers were in the slot. But outside of Judy, he was the best route runner in this class. He's kind of a different player than Judy. But I think he's going to kill. I really do think he's going to kill. I also like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So Clyde coming out of college. So a lot of us have fantasy drafts coming up. And Andy, you don't understand how many people have texted me asking me about Clyde Edwards-Helaire because I've covered LSU football for so long. And someone asked me, hey, the last few LSU running backs have been bust. So we have Darius Geis, bust. Leonard Fournette, bust. A lot of these other LSU backs never really became superstars outside of Kevin Falk, which is way back then. Here's the difference. Clyde is getting to play the Kevin Falk role in the Chiefs offense. So I love Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's a marketable personality. He's going to get a lot of catches coming out of that Kansas City backfield. He's going to be a fantasy star, and Hilaire's going to split with Darrell Williams, who's also an LSU Tiger. But, when it comes to pass catching, Edwards-Helaire is going to be out there on most third downs.
Yeah. He's a great receiver.
He's one of the best route runners you'll ever see. The thing I'm interested in is how is this going to affect Travis Kelce, if any? I don't know. So my biggest thing, and I know you and I have a fantasy draft tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I think Kelce's numbers will get eaten up a little bit if they do plan to use Edwards-Helaire. I think a lot of those targets are going to go to number 20, 25 in the backfield. Zach Ertz is currently in the middle of a contract dispute right now. So is George Kittle easily tight end one in your mind as we get ready for fantasy drafts?
Yeah, I think Kittle. Yeah, Kittle, because you look at what the San Francisco receiving corps is just like riddled with injury, and they've got a rookie. They've got rookies out there as well. But I mean, look at Deebo Samuel. I mean, he's injured somewhat. I mean, it's speculative. They rotate the running backs out. I mean, I know they got Mostert still and stuff, but yeah, I think Kittle is a clear number one. I mean, what that guy does after the catch with the football is incredible. And then one of our new members in the other league, JoJo, was just mentioning his whole persona and his attitude in press conferences, and just being a very polarizing character off the field as well. So it's just like, yeah, I think he's going to be propelled to that like superstardom level above Kelce. I like that prediction, actually. I like that prediction.
Okay, I'm not going to lie to you on this card. Okay, I was thinking about pulling the trigger. So this first year, I said, don't buy any of the big cards. Don't buy any of the super expensive PSA 10 auto cards. So I need my boy Michael holding the fish. Michael Hamm, I need your help on this. All your homies in Tampa that are watching this, a card investor. I thought about doing this. I saw a Terry McLaurin card. PSA 10. Okay, now look. Now look. Because I didn't buy this card because my girlfriend would have ripped my trachea out of my body. So that's why I didn't do it. But I did see a Terry McLaurin PSA 10 green rookie prism auto for $199. Is that too?
It's autographed though. Is it a? Let me ask you: is it a sticker autograph or is it a real player autograph? Like, did he sign the card?
It was a sticker autograph.
Sticker autograph. So I know David Hunter has told me that the sticker autograph, I mean, it's still an autograph, but it's, the real player autographs or the actual play, when they sign the card has a little bit, holds a little bit better value. Some people saying a little bit. Ziggy Knows saying great insight. Brad and Sam say too much. Midnight McPhee says too much. I love the autographed fact of it. I love the PSA 10. I love the prism. It's a parallel of this base. Are you looking at that from a collection piece or an investment standpoint?
Investment.
Yeah,
I want
Mike,
people to be honest with me.
I mean, everybody's saying too much, brother.
Right. Okay. Good. I'm glad I stayed away then. it just looks so shiny. So once again, Michael Hamm, I hold a Trout profile pick. I need everyone's help here. So what should I look for if I'm trying to get an auto card? Now, obviously, I didn't know this at the time. This DJ Chark is obviously a sticker card. I think is that it's a sticker.
Yeah, it looks like.
But how much more is the value if he actually autographs the card itself? Is it significant?
I don't know. David just mentioned that to me. I'll let him chime in on that. But I think it is a little bit from a collection standpoint. It's just a little bit higher value when someone actually autographs the card. Yeah, I like AJ Brown. I bought a ton of Terry McLaurin. I bought every single Terry McLaurin rookie card they had on ComC.com. That was a prism. Yeah, well, that was a prism or an optic. I think I bought like 30 or 40 of them because even though the Washington does not have the greatest defense, though their defense isn't really that good, they probably won't make a big playoff run. I think Haskins is going to have a big improvement over last year. He's had a great training camp so far. It's like, I heard everybody talking like, who's this guy, And Terry McLaurin is just an incredible athlete, man. Great hands, incredible speed. He's the alpha there. So I'm all about it. And his price point was that. So I did buy an autographed Terry McLaurin with the jersey patch, Panini Unparalleled, raw for $19.
Look at you, Andy. Look at you. $19, man.
Yeah.
So I was studying it. So Panini Unparalleled is actually a good card, correct?
I think it's a nice looking card. It is a horizontal card. It's not like the main brand. It's like, it is sold in retail, so it does still have some decent demand with it, but it's not the main prism, but it's autographed. It's autographed and it's got a jersey patch. So Terry McLaurin fans, Washington Redskins, or the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins, that's going to hold collection value down the road. I mean, Terry McLaurin, I think, is going to continue to go up and up.
So let me ask you this, and if I'm asking too many questions, I'm sorry. Hopefully,
one more question.
Okay, one more. I'm ready. Okay. So Dak Prescott raw prisms, I've seen have gone up in price recently. And I saw them recently that they were going for like $200 a card. I mean, is that pretty normal for raw cards to be that expensive?
I bought his raw prism rookie cards, 2 of them, back in I want to say May. It was the middle of May for $80 a piece. I've got him listed on Star Stock right now for $300, but I mean, he's an MVP candidate with that team he's got, dude.
Good stuff. God, it's like you know what you're doing, man. It's like you have a whole YouTube channel based on this very thing. That is like great, man.
Months, right?
Yeah, man, that's good.
I got right here, Kareem Hunt optic. And I mean, I think that Nick Chubb's the alpha there in Cleveland, but you look at Kareem Hunt. This guy's an incredible athlete. He's a all-purpose running back, young. Maybe he's does some stupid stuff off the field, but he's kept himself out of trouble here. It looks like he's going to start the season, and chances are the Browns are going to trade him at the end of the year. And what if he goes to the Patriots, like we saw with Leonard Fournette, goes to the Bucs, all of a sudden rookie card takes off. That's my whole thing is buying, like, to buy Dak Prescott cards now. It's like you're going to pay an inflated premium price, and you're going to have a higher volatility. You're going to really need him to go out and put up some huge numbers, win the MVP, get to the playoffs to see that card go up more and more and more, Right. Whereas if you would have bought it like I did back in May, you're set. I can sell right now. I could cash out at any time on the hype, So it's all about like buying being ahead of the curve, like you are with the Sharks.
Right.
So you'll be saying the same thing about the Sharks.
Man, I think he's going to be great. I really do. Like, whether that be with the Jaguars, whoever down the road, I think. Number one, even if he sucks, I'm always going to be a fan of his, and I have his cards. But man, he can get behind a safety, and not many NFL wide receivers. There's probably 15 to 20 that have the ability to consistently do that, and he's got some of that stupid speed. So this is okay. I know I've made a lot of fun about Brad, and I know I don't know you, Brad, but this is interesting, okay, with Michael Gallup. And this is what I love, Andy. I love people that are diehard football fans. I love people that can look between the lines. Now, here's the thing about Amari Cooper. And I have, dude, I got this Amari Cooper for like $6 or $7 recently off eBay. I think I got a
wow.
And then here's my Stephon Diggs, which I think I got for $9.
Got the Topps Chrome. Got the Stephon Diggs.
Wait, is it Topps Chrome or Panini Prism? I don't know.
Wow, those look like Chrome to me from here. Oh, no, that Diggs is a Prism. Yeah, no, that's a Prism. Sorry, this is the glare.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But this is interesting what Brad said, though. So all the hype is surrounding, obviously, Dak Prescott. And then the second biggest star in that offense is Zeke. And then Amari Cooper has had kind of a weird camp. He's been sitting out of some practices and whatnot. And obviously CeeDee Lamb in that number 88 jersey is going to get a lot of hype this year. But Michael Gallup is in the same category. And we've seen this the last few years with year 2 and year 3 wide receivers that just break out. This is Gallup's year. He's been throwing with Dak Prescott for years. So,
he looked so good last year too. He's such a good athlete. Yeah. He's got great hands.
Gallup could be, if whatever's going on with Cooper is whatever's going on. I don't know. There might not be anything there, but it's not far-fetched to think Michael Gallup's targets don't take as much of a hit as we think with CeeDee Lamb there now. But obviously, I'm not as good at fantasy football as a lot of people, but, Gallup could break out this year and surprise some people.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I've been targeting lately? You see who that is?
Bosa.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at Bosa.
Defensive players, man. What are your feelings on defensive players?
So here's the thing about Bosa that I like a lot. Plays with a lot of flair. Obviously is not afraid to be a little controversial and a little edgy. And the thing about Bosa is he plays on a team that's really good. I still think the 49ers are going to be good, even though they lost a lot. I think the 49ers drafted real well. So a lot of people are going to do this to the 49ers because they needed a wide receiver. They passed on Judy. They picked up Kinlaw. I love that move. I think Ayuk fits a little bit better into what they're going to do offensively than potentially Judy, who I think is going to be a superstar. I think Bosa becomes the biggest star on that team. And something else that's going to be very interesting about Bosa is that I know he's a defensive player and he's not as, offensive players are what the card industry is what the card industry is all about. The NFC West is going to be a bunch of high-profile matchups.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got 2 games against the Rams, who are going to be decent to really good. The Cardinals are going to be a lot better. The Cardinals are going to take a huge step forward. And then you still have Russell Wilson in that division. So Bosa is going to be in a lot of big football games this year. So, I kind of like that, man. I really do.
Speaking of Russell Wilson, look what else I had in there. I forgot I bought this. It's a Greg Olsen rookie card. You think he's gonna do anything there in Seattle? I mean,
so he okay.
He could go into the Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't know what his Hall of Fame standing is right now, but I want to hear your thoughts on this Greg Olsen.
Okay, so kind of a few things going against him with the Hall of Fame thing, because there's going to be a lot of tight ends coming up that's going to be Hall of Fame worthy. So, say, for instance, Antonio Gates. Greg Olsen's not better than Antonio Gates. Greg Olsen's also not better than Jason Witten, but he's still very good. Something that should be pretty interesting, though, and I don't know if this is going to increase or decrease card values, and I would love people's opinions on this. Greg Olsen just started a podcast. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he signed it. And it's not just that he on his own started a podcast. He signed a contract with one of the fastest growing podcast groups out there. He's already got a big sponsor, and it's called TE1. So he's interviewing tight ends. So he just had Shannon Sharp on there. Yeah, it's very niche. It's very cool.
Nice.
So, of course, every big tight end is going to come on that show. And Greg Olsen has and this is coming from someone that has been in the broadcast industry for a while. He's got real broadcasting talent. He is a really, really good broadcaster.
Really?
Yeah, he's good. I personally really like him as a broadcaster. He doesn't talk down on listeners. He doesn't say, "Hey, I know more about it than you do," whatever. He's a very personable guy. I actually am one of those people that think he becomes a bigger star after his career than during his career. So, man, I like that rookie card. I really, really do the more I think about it. But then again, nice. I don't know. So this is I don't know if that's going to change the industry or not, because we have a weird industry now where so many players are getting into broadcasting. Like, for instance, I bought a bunch of Michael Pittman in his USC jersey. Probably wasn't the best purchase, but this dude has one of the biggest YouTube channels out there, period. So, it's interesting seeing all these players get into media. Maybe one of these players start their own card channel, and next thing you know, that makes it better for all of us. That more celebrity that would be great. It's kind of that's the weird thing about cards and sports collecting is like there's not a big athlete out there who actually is out there as a sports collector, unless I'm missing something there.
No, that's a really good point. When Brad and I, we were at a local card shop last weekend here in Tampa, and the guy's like, "Get this," because there's another guy coming in buying cards. He's like, "Get this, I know a guy who knows Chris Godwin, who's in tight with him, and he's got Chris Godwin into cards." And he was showing Chris Godwin how much his rookie card has gone up over the last month, and Chris Godwin's like, "Holy shit." And so he's like, "I'm going to start promoting my own rookie cards on my Instagram channel, on his Instagram account." And he's like, "I'm going to start getting into cards." Apparently he bought some of his own autographed cards, and he was going to start just kind of posting them up. And and kind of promoting his own cards, which I thought was really cool. Like if we could see professional athletes. And, when that I mentioned this last week as well, when LeBron's rookie card sold for $1.8 million, like that record setting sale, he commented on the tweet, the original tweet said like, yeah, guess who's got another one of those in his closet or something like that. So guess how much I bought this Greg Olson rookie card for? This is the thing, Carter. I got this for $3.25.
Nice.
And this is a Bowman Chrome uncirculated rookie card. I don't know if you can see it, but it's 580 out of 1,079. So it's like at this price point, I'm going to stay ahead of the curve and just grab up as many of these cards like this as I can.
Right. Yeah, do it. I mean, that's the thing. The one thing I've read about cards is that it's very volatile. You never know when whatever can happen. And while I don't know a lot, and I don't know as much about cards as Ziggy or Michael the Fish, I am learning. And the only thing I have learned is that none of us know what the card market's going to look like a week from now or a month from now, which makes it scary, but it also makes it very exciting.
This is hilarious. Look at this. Ben Flipping. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the channel. Nick Bosa puked in the back of his car. That's hilarious. Nice. Partying in front. Go Bosa.
Night of the draft 20. Oh, so the night. There you go, Ben. You should have taken a photo, turned it into a Panini card, and have him autograph it. Now that would be. It was a piece of the leather that was on Nick Bosa's seat that he barfed in on draft night. That's a great story, man.
That is, man. That is. Ziggy wants to know where people can find you. He wants to know where he can find you.
Find me? Well, I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. So you can find everything that I do. Stand-up comedy dates, but more importantly, my YouTube channel, CarterThePower.com. That's where you could see sports gems. That's where you could see, weird stuff. I want to show you this. I've been saving it for this point of the broadcast because I knew somebody was going to ask me where they could find my stuff. Boom! Any Headliner fans out there? Do you remember these, Andy, at all? The Headliner figurines. This is one of my favorites. Deion Sanders in the Florida State uniform.
That's cool.
It is ridiculous how cheap these things are still. I bought this one. I have a Charles Woodson one still in the box. I'm never going to take it out of the box in his Michigan uniform. You can get these online for like $4, and they look amazing on your shelf, on your at work or wherever. So if you want to see videos about stuff like that, go to CarterThePower.com or just search Sports Gems on YouTube.
Sports Gems. And if you want a good laugh, go check out your stand-up comedy. That was funny, man. That your dad's laugh, dude, that got me. That got me, man. That was hilarious. That was good.
That's the thing. I've made money off of just telling stories about me and my father. That's it. But I highly recommend everyone don't get into stand-up comedy right now, especially with everything that's going on. And even with everything that's going on, don't get into stand-up comedy. It's a horrible industry. You have some of the craziest things that will ever happen to you in your life. I've been called some of the weirdest things that I never thought in my life I would be called while I'm on stage. But still, support stand-up comedy, but also don't do stand-up comedy. Because once you make a room full of people laugh, it's an addiction. It is unlike anything else. A lot like cards, but the good thing about cards is that you don't have to travel anywhere to collect cards, whereas in stand-up comedy, you do have to travel a lot of places to make people laugh.
That's interesting, man. That's it. I'd say that this is the whole like content creation and making YouTube videos, because you're a good YouTuber. You're not just in my opinion, you make good videos. Like, you know how to tell the story, transition, and have the proper video accompany the audio and kind of put everything together. You're not just a talking head over there.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. The weird thing is like there's not a aspect of sports media I haven't done. I've done play-by-play. I've written for magazines, written for Bleacher Report, done radio at Sirius XM. I've done all these things, but nothing beats YouTube. Nothing. I'm dead serious. Now, I did radio for the first time in a year, as in like the actual host of the show. I did ESPN radio in South Carolina. And radio's fun because you do connect with the audience, so you don't get to actually see the audience. But the thing about YouTube is, you see, your videos do a really good job of this. And I'm not just, blowing your whistle because, I'm on your thing, whatever. You do a really good job of building a community of people that are interested in your stuff. And to me, that's what makes a YouTube channel great. It's not only good video quality, but is the host of that channel actually interacting with people down there? YouTube does a great job of meshing those two things together. There's a YouTuber who just does stuff on camera equipment. His name is Potato Jet. He's one of the funniest guys I've ever seen on any platform. And he doesn't speak down to people. And that's what makes his channel so great. So many camera channels will explain all the fancy stuff in each and every camera, but Potato Jet made it fun. You're making sports collecting fun because, Andy, the one thing I also like about you is that you're acknowledging that you're still learning more about this industry. You're not going to tell something to someone that you don't know about yourself. And that's what I love about sports collecting from my vantage point, is that I'm still learning. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all these cards. I really don't. I'm not smart enough to know about PSA, XYZ. Should I buy this prism from someone at a bodega down the street, or should I order off eBay? I didn't know what the hell is this? Star Stock? What the hell is Star Stock? I didn't know what Star Stock was. Star Stock
brand new, bro.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah, they've been around for a few months.
Star Stock sounds like the porn channel that didn't make it. That's what that sounds like. Star Stock, I have no clue what the hell that is. Okay, Ziggy says, are you on TikTok? So this is interesting. TikTok, and I know we're on YouTube right now, TikTok to me is the best social media platform. Now, for what you and I do, it's not. YouTube is best for collecting and what we're doing, especially our target audience. I do a bunch of NFL videos on TikTok, a lot of fantasy football videos. So,
okay.
But I'm about to start a sketch channel on TikTok here in a few weeks. But TikTok to me is the best social media platform as far as talented creators are concerned. But yeah, when it comes to sports collecting, I really do think that. And
why do you think that?
Okay, so this is why. Because in YouTube is better at building a community. So what I'm trying to do on my LSU channel, so on the LSU channel that's doing okay right now, about 350 subscribers or something like that, I'm not discussing just LSU football. I'm discussing LSU topics in a very deep fashion. I'm diving deep into LSU subjects. So that's what makes it different than all the other ones, is that, they go from subject to subject. I'm just diving deep on one subject per week.
Okay.
So I'm building a community based around that. I say in some of the videos, hey, if you're just a casual LSU football fan, this is not for you. The same thing for your channel is you want people that really love doing this, that really love doing sports cards, that don't take it too seriously, but you do also take it serious enough that you're willing to learn. So, yeah, Ziggy, I'm at Carter the Power on the NFL TikTok. So what TikTok does a great job of is that it's not celebrity based. Instagram is so celebrity based. You're only going to see celebrities with thousands and gazillions of followers. TikTok has a bunch of regular average people like you and me, Andy, that doesn't have some big celebrity backing or whatnot. And it all comes down to if your videos are good. There's so much BS on Instagram. TikTok, if you make a good video, people will find it and people will keep coming back. So I like TikTok because it is a little bit more of a meritocracy. Now, there are a bunch of 15-year-old girls that dance and make millions of dollars. That's a different story for a different day. And there is a lot of crappy content that's on there. But for the most part, you can get good fantasy football advice on TikTok. You can get good stock. I mean, some of the best stock advice I've ever gotten, and I've never bought a stock in my life. I'm trying to learn about it. I've gotten 90% of the stuff that I've learned now from people on TikTok. So, you know, wow. It gets a bad rap, but overall, it's a really, really, really good social media platform and 10 times better than Instagram. 10 times.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to.
I really do believe that.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like about YouTube. Like what Brad's and sounds like TikTok is the same way. If you're making good content that people are watching, then the platform realizes it and it pushes your content out further because they realize you're providing value to this target demographic.
Exactly. And so here's the thing. We can have a discussion about, you know, TikTok being owned by China and them having your info and whatnot. I've gotten asked a lot about that. So I get asked a lot about how should I start a podcast? How should I start a YouTube channel when I myself doesn't have a huge following on any of the platforms? But I always tell people that no matter what platform you're on, they already got your information. They know who you are. Heck, even when you were a nobody, whoever it may be that I'm talking to on this YouTube stream, there's somebody out there that wants to steal your identity, okay? It's people have your information already, okay? So I know a lot of people are afraid to get on TikTok because of that. I totally get it with the Chinese government or whatnot. So I don't want anyone to say, hey, he told me to get on. I'm not endorsing TikTok. I'm not endorsing any social media platform. I'm just letting you know my personal opinion that when it comes to the social media, TikTok is the best. YouTube, to me, is my personal favorite simply because I like that platform the most. But if I'm objectively speaking, the one that I enjoy watching videos on the most is TikTok because there's so many freaking funny, talented people on there.
But so the one beef I have about it is like every time I open it up, it's like a random video I'm not interested in and the sound starts playing, the audio starts playing.
So just go to the next one. Keep scrolling, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the point of it is that you go from one, you go to the other, go to the other, go to the other. So I'm a little bit different, okay? I have a huge, wide base of interest. And TikTok does a great job of giving me a different video of all these different interests. Now, if I want to just watch something that I know and I love and I know what I'm getting out of the content, then YouTube is the place to go. Like Brad said, good content is good content, as long as it's not a basic dance video, of course. So that's the thing. If I'm looking to watch something of a certain subject, I'm going to go on YouTube. If I want to look at fantasy card advice, I'm going to look at your channel. If I want to know how to build a birdhouse, I'm obviously going to go to YouTube to do that. So, you know, I'm personally still learning. I will also tell you this. There's a lot of stand-up comedians that have moved over to social media and they're terrible at it because they just think that, you know, the audience is going to follow them. It's not like that. I mean, you really have to build community. You really have to dig deep and really want to learn about bobbleheads, which is something I'm still learning about. So, and it's also about understanding that it's a slow build. I mean, I'm at 50 or something subscribers on Sports Gyms. I've spent hundreds of hours on the channel, but I'm in it for the long haul. I think people are eventually going to come over and enjoy the stuff I'm trying to produce.
I think so too, man. And you make good videos, so I think it's just with every video that you make, your web will grow a little bit more and more. And hey, I've gained more interest in bobbleheads from watching your videos. I'm a huge Tiger Woods fan. I thought that was super cool how they had his Grand Slam of bobbleheads. That was sick, man. That was sick.
Still my favorite video. Still the first one I did was still my and here's what's very interesting about Tiger Woods is that, you know, I thought the coolest thing on Twitter this year was and I'll get to David's question in a second. The coolest thing was Phil Mickelson yesterday, and we don't tend to do this a whole lot. I don't know if you saw this or not, Andy, but Phil Mickelson just sent out a very general tweet thanking Tiger Woods for everything he's done for golf. There wasn't a golf tournament coming up. I don't think it was Tiger Woods' birthday or anything like that. It was just out of nowhere. And I thought that was really cool because Phil Mickelson is who he is now because of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And here's how I view sports collecting is that I think whether it be Chris Godwin or whoever, all it takes is one of these huge celebrities. And let's be honest. Look at what Gary Vee's done for cards.
Yeah,
I mean, look at that. And he's a big celebrity to people like us that, you know, are hustlers and work our asses off, but he's not a universal celebrity like a LeBron or whoever. All it takes is just one. And then this industry shoots way up in value. So that's all it takes because, you know, we didn't know what golf could be pre-Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods changed everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you honestly never know. You never know when there's the one superstar that transcends any kind of genre that you may be talking about. We didn't know that basketball could be the marketing force that it is now without Michael Jordan. So, I mean, you honestly never know. So this is good. David, has your dad given you any tips or tricks as you've gotten into card collecting in general? So my dad has not submitted anything to PSA in the past 6 or 7 years. So he's kind of gotten out of it. He still has a bunch of cards, but he's recently traded them or sold them or gave them away. The one thing he did tell me, though, when I bought those Joe Burrows, so Joe Burrows were the first cards I've ever bought. That's not even a word. I'm an idiot. So the first thing he said was be patient, be willing to learn, because he started off really rocky. He didn't know what to do. He had money to invest into the industry, but, you know, he didn't know. But he took those rough patches, and this is with anything in life, and he just got better. He kept reading. You know, he was a very talented person. He went to an Ivy League school and all that. But whenever he started getting into cards, he started understanding that it took a different kind of talent to know how to collect these cards. So once he got that, and once he focused on a certain genre, which were basketball cards, he kind of niched down, kind of like what you've done, Andy. You focused on mostly raw fantasy football cards. When you niche down, it does make your collecting a lot better. And here's the thing. I've not niched down on my YouTube channel. I'm doing cards and bobbleheads and whatnot. But I'm doing that to see what eventually catches on. What is something that, because I like all of it. So he said, hey, you know, baseball cards is mostly old money. He's not going to have a collection that's going to come nearly as good as, you know, the old heads out there that have those rare Honus Wagner cards. So he said, I'm going to do basketball collecting. He focused in on that, focused in on the late 70s, and then got more into modern basketball card collecting. And that's how he did it. That's how he became really freaking good at it. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now with football. Maybe I could be the greatest DJ Chark card collector ever. I don't know. So that's my focus right now, is being the best DJ Chark collector out there. So let's see. Here's a question from Jerry. Who do you plan on collecting for this upcoming season other than Chark? This is a great question, Andy, because like I've let it be known from the start, I don't know a whole lot. So I'm mostly focusing on players that I personally like. So DJ Chark's a good middle ground there. He's a guy that could blow up and become a top 5 receiver in the NFL. But if he doesn't, at least he still means a whole lot to me personally, because he is an LSU Tiger. So, that's my main focus right now, is DJ Chark. And obviously I've diversified and gotten a few other, like I showed you, the Cooper and the Stephon Diggs or whatever, and a few Calvin Ridleys. But I'm mostly focusing on him. That's who I've spent over $100 on cards. So that's going to be my focus. And as I learn more about this industry, I'm more than willing to put more money into learning how to collect quarterbacks and how to collect this thing and how to collect, bigger money objects. And part of that is me humbling myself and saying, you don't know shit, and you need to watch Andy stuff, and you need to figure out what exactly works for you and what exactly you enjoy. So that's going to be my main focus going into this next year.
Yeah, man, I made a ton of mistakes in the beginning because I was trying to, diversify between. I'm like, man, basketball is popular. Let me buy a bunch of basketball stuff. Get on the Last Dance hype train. And I got kind of carried away with it. I still have a ton of cards like Kukoc, Steve Kerr, Steve Nash, like these cards that are just sitting there on ComC.
They're just sitting there, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I gotta, and Brad helped me realize that I need to get cards that if from an investment standpoint, if they don't pan out, like you can't make money on, you can't do it, you gotta feel comfortable with wanting to put that card on your wall in your personal collection. And with my background in fantasy football, and with football being my favorite sport to watch and consume, although there was a period a time in my life where golf, I would consume golf every weekend on TV, play golf every week. Like, and big reason that is Tiger Woods, but it was still never a year where I didn't play fantasy football or go to a Bucks game or watch, football every week. So, yeah, man, that's when the light bulb clicked and started this channel and started in just strictly investing. And I was like, well, and immediately I saw, like, are you kidding me? Like Chris Godwin, Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, your boy DJ Chark, all these guys that have just Prism rookie cards that were just so freaking cheap. I'm like,
exactly.
This is what I want to do right here. So, and all the guys in this community have wanted the same thing. They've been looking at the same thing. So it's been hand in hand with me. And it's been a blast, man. It's been a blast. It's been 99% positive. I think I've only gotten 2 haters in that time. So, hey, the haters are welcome, though. They're welcome to hate.
So that's the thing. So you'll know when you make it big when you have a lot of haters. That's all there is to it. So, I'm still learning. Like, for instance, I felt like I paid too much for a guy that I'm not really high on, but I was just buying a bunch of cards. Christian Kirk.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if this is more because it's blue, but I bought this Christian Kirk. Let me see. I get out of the light. These prisms shine so much. Just Christian Kirk blue prism, and I spent $5 on this Christian Kirk. I don't think he's going to do anything. He's obviously wide receiver number 3 in that offense, but we'll see what happens. And this is a good point from David. Someone else told me this. and I still don't know what to look for. Like, so I knew that Prism was the rookie card to get, but I don't. Let me see that. Look at that, Bosa.
I just saw Steve Elmore's comment, defensive players, and so I had to throw it up there.
Yeah. So, what rookie patch autos should I be looking for? What should I?
In Shark, he's a 2019 rookie, right? Rookie year was last. No, 2018 rookie.
2018, my bad.
Yeah, that was my bad. So Ziggy's National Treasures. Yeah, National Treasures holds great value. Contenders. Prism. I think Prism 2018 has a rookie auto. Look at that. I'd take Ziggy's opinion all day. Ziggy's been in the hobby a lot. He's got a huge collection. Ziggy RPA is the National Treasures. Yeah, that's a great card, man. That's a really great card. Let's see if I can pull that up.
I'm looking right now. I'm still paying attention, but I'm just listening. Let's see.
Yeah, Steve, what's up, brother? I definitely think defensive players are next, man. I got a video coming out soon on the defensive players that I think we should be targeting as a start. Anyways, I'm basically, I love player profiler. I'm not sure if you listen to Matt Kelly at all, Carter, from Fantasy_Mansion, the Podfather. He's a great entertainer as well, man. His podcast, Roto Underworld, or if you look up Matt Kelly or the Podfather, he's awesome to listen to, man. He's super knowledgeable about football. He's been doing it a long time. Extremely knowledgeable, but a very polarizing and entertaining voice and character. And like you, man, he's got a thick skin and he stands for what he believes in very, very strongly. It's really fun to watch him.
So what? Okay, National Treasures auto patch. Okay.
National Treasures. We're looking for a DJ Shark. So I'll share my screen. Let's see what we can hear. Let's see if I can share my screen. Watch this.
Heck, I'm drinking. I might buy it. I might buy it right now. I'm drinking like a madman. I'm one. All
right, so check it out. Dude, look at the prices. This is ComC, so you can take physical possession of this card. These listings are also on eBay as buy it now. This is a raw card, but this is the platform I like to use because you can just do a 2018 National Treasures DJ Shark, and then you could sort it by all these different factors. So I like to sort by print run, and so you can go from the rarest. So here's a $286.09. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. So you guys can see it. Here's a $286.09. 1 out of 5, dude. Look how cool that card looks. It's got look at the patch on that. It's got the little portion of the citrus there from your LSU uniform.
Wow.
And then look at that autograph. That's not a sticker. That doesn't look like a sticker either. So, it's like this horizontal, but for LSU fans, that's cool, man. That is cool.
That is really cool.
That is cool. But then you look at something more reasonable. You got some dual. That's a really cool jersey patch right there. Look at the amount of colors and different stuff in that for $26, 1 out of 25. This is what I'm talking about. Like that is going to go.
So here's the thing. Since Ziggy just subscribed to my YouTube channel, what he doesn't know is that subscribers have to buy me DJ Shark autos. That's the rule.
Look at that one. 31 out of 99 jersey. Got the autograph, no sticker. Autograph right on the card. That ComC is a watermark.
Okay.
you can see the corner. I mean, these aren't graded. So a lot of times if you don't find graded on here, then yeah, you're going to have to go to eBay. But this will give you an idea of all the cards available for this player. And then we could also include sold out, because there may be some more that are just sold out. Like there's DJ Chark and DJ Moore, 1 out of 10. That's sick. Sold out. Like that one's sold out. Look at all the different. That's a tri patch right there. Sold out. Really, there's a couple LSU ones sold out. Colossal. So available. But I mean, I would say at this price point, and it's this low because he's on Jacksonville, and Vegas has only got them projected to win 4.5 games this year. You know.
God, this is crazy.
So here's a PSA 10, and this is what I love about ComC, because it'll tell you, because here's a PSA 10, it's sold out, but we can look at the sales history on it and see that the PSA 10 was sold for $127.10 back in September 8th of last year. So it was around the hype, and that's how this is how the kind of research I've been able to do, you know, and put on my channel is around these trends.
That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts.
There's a lot of sold out, you know, a lot of sold out.
I forgot to ask you, it's okay if I drink while I do this?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be drinking. I normally am drinking.
God, Andy?
I know, man. I didn't make it to the grocery store today. I made it to the grocery store all week. My daughter started kindergarten last week, and it was a virtual classroom, and I took the week off my day job to help her adapt. But that kind of derailed me in all my YouTube content I wanted to create and everything, and then the fantasy drafts. And so I've just been totally just balls to the walls this week with football and real life stuff and you know, family stuff and work stuff. So I know, man. I'm like weak tonight. I freaking drank like some kind of matcha green energy drink before.
Oh my God! Not matcha green. Andy, wait, come on, man. What are you gonna run a 5K after this? What the hell is wrong with you? Go. So wait, you are based in Tampa, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you so Warrick Dunn's my like all-time favorite.
Oh, Warrick Dunn, dude. I'll just show you guys. Where's that? Yeah, dude. Did you watch that video of the box that David Hunter sent me?
No.
Oh man, he sent me some sick cards, and through the sheets that I created, he was able to find some really sick deals on some cards that he was targeting for his personal collection. And so to return the favor, he sent me this box of cards, and one of these was a Warrick Dunn Constant Threat. Yeah, man. I'm a huge. Yeah, he sent me a whole stack. Like one of the coolest ones, this Mike Evans dual jersey patch. Incredible cards. David is the man.
Dude, so Warrick Dunn, a Baton Rouge native, Baton Rouge, Louisiana stand up. He went to Catholic High. That's where Clyde Edwards-Helaire played his high school ball. So Darius his high school ball. And like Ziggy just brought up, probably the best philanthropist ever to come out of the NFL, with all the like over 150 houses built that he's done through his organization. And he wasn't some super wealthy athlete. I mean, and then one of those houses went to Deshaun Watson's family when Deshaun Watson was growing up. So, Warrick's just, one of the all-time great guys. I've met him before, and I mean, he's just an extraordinary human being. But yeah, that's the connection to Tampa football. Other than that, I hate him. I'll make 1,000 Jameis Winston jokes, but they write themselves. So
hey, you could do it now, man. He's in New Orleans.
And he's one of us. He's one of us now.
I'll wash my hands clean of him. Thank God.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Jameis is that I'm not ready to write him off just yet. I think a year in New Orleans, watching from the sidelines is going to do him some good. And I'm also going to go one step further. So I know what we've learned in camp is that Marcus Mariota has been sucking for the Raiders. Sucking. But I'm not going to put it past him eventually winning the job over Derek Carr and a Marcus Mariota resurgence a la Ryan Tannehill. And that's the thing. You know, I was like, maybe I could find a Marcus Mariota card that might be worth something. Let's see. Why is Marcus Mariota's PSA Gem Mint 10 auto $911 on ComC whatever? It's way too much money. Why is that so damn much?
Because somebody paid an arm and a leg for him when he went number 1 overall or number 2 overall, right? And somebody paid an arm and a leg for him back then, and they just they don't want to so they're just going to let it sit there forever at that price, not wanting. But nobody's going to. That's why it's still sitting there. You know. That's my best guess on it.
I thought I was going to do something crazy.
So what do you guys think? Yeah, because this is I've got to pivot after this week.
Right.
Because next week at 9 p.m. we're going to be watching football. So what do you guys think in the comments about my I still want to do a weekly live stream. I love doing this. Is like the best way I feel, and I don't have to edit anything, and we could just spitball ideas. We can talk about whatever we want to surrounding football and football cards and whatever, you know. I don't know. I was thinking about doing something before the game or changing it the night on when I do it. Do it on Saturday. We don't have college. Yeah, I know a lot of – I say do it after the game. It will be late, or you could do a halftime live show. That's interesting. Do like a quick – do a short show. I really like having –
Or do it on – I'll never – I mean – I have no dog in the fight here. I'm never gonna watch Andy's channel after this. I mean, come on. Who would? No, do it on. Want to do it on Wednesday nights? And then here's the cool thing about Wednesday nights is that your show can not only be a card show, it can also be a late night who should I start in fantasy show, or you could.
Yeah. I like that. Because waivers process on Wednesday morning. You got the football week kicking off Thursday night.
And, Wednesday night is normally church night. And come on, only heathens watch this channel. I mean, come on. No, kidding. Totally kidding. I just decided, hey, I'm just going to go on the YouTube channel and see. Dude, you got a lit comment section. Let's see. The Gaming God LJ.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Gaming God? Boss him? What'd he say?
And he said, sorry, I missed all of this. That would totally be a Knicks fan to miss everything. Like, that's the most Knicks thing I've ever seen. And I know you just complimented my idea, Gaming God, but you are a Knicks fan. So here's the thing. Okay, let me be honest.
Okay.
I do have a Larry Johnson. So this is what I was showing you a minute ago. These are the big headliners. Okay, these are called Headliners XL. The coolest sports gem out there is what I collected growing up are the tiny headliners. I have a Larry Johnson one in there, and it is so cool. It's like a little tiny one. And that is the only New York Knicks thing that I will ever have in my life. Because Larry Johnson, of course, had the famous 4-point play many years ago. Only diehard NBA fans or Knicks fans, because that's the only cool thing that's ever happened to the Knicks, other than Michael Jordan dunking over Patrick Ewing. Other than that, The Knicks have been mostly irrelevant since the Dave DeBusschere, Walt Frazier years. But shout out to you, LJ, and Charles Oakley. Those are the only cool things. Patrick Ewing is the worst college coach I've ever seen in my life. John Starks was overrated. So anything LJ, Charles Oakley related, I'm here for it. I know that was a ramble, but I'm very passionate about Knicks fans because I feel so bad for them, yet I don't feel bad for them all at the same time.
Good old Knicks fans. I've never, watched a ton of basketball, so I didn't see that play. I'll have to look it up.
Let's see. Steve Elmore. What's up, Steve? Let's see who else we got.
Steve? I think I'll probably pivot to Wednesday night because it's difficult for me to do. I think it's going to be difficult for me with the kids and the family to do like a Saturday or Sunday morning. Plus, I like the nighttime. I like the nighttime flair. What's the word? Like the mindset. The atmosphere, the vibes.
I think Wednesdays are. I mean, I only come up with good ideas, baby. Wednesday night's the best night. Wednesday night is the absolute best night to do this show. Hey, I'll tune in on Wednesdays. Heck, what am I doing on Wednesday nights? Let's see. I will bring this up, okay?
Okay.
I know Zion Williamson was like the hottest card. Like, I mean, he was hotter than Mars for the longest. I'm thinking about being one of those guys, Andy. I'm thinking about being one of those guys that waits for these Zion Williamson prices to keep tanking. What are his PSAs going for now? I think they were, last I checked, there was his Prism PSA 10 rookies were going for 600, I think.
Ooh, wow. So it's getting down there, right?
Yeah, so okay. Let's see. Let me go on eBay real quick, or you can. I don't know.
You go on eBay. Well, here. Boom.
Okay, so look, this one's bidding for about. But yeah, they are under 600 now. On for about 550. So I'm gonna keep letting this price dip a little bit. And here's the thing, okay? So I think his price will get back up to where Luka's level is right now. I really do think so. Because this next rookie class is going to suck. I don't think there are any good players in that class. I am a huge Pelicans fan. All right. That's probably my favorite professional franchise. So, Pelicans. Yeah. I think the Zion hype machine is going to happen really quickly at the start of next year. And I say that because, obviously there's a ton of other stars in the NBA, but outside of LeBron, there's no bigger draw than Zion. So obviously his prices are down right now. I even think PSA 9s are going to do well. So just from the little bit I studied, I'm like, his card's going to get back up to the $900,000 range when he dunks the first time next year. Because as we've seen, it doesn't take much for the Zion hype train to start. Like that raw right there, that raw $250 rookie Prism. Yeah, to me that's not bad. I don't. I think they'll even dip that's sweet right there. A little bit more. So I'm thinking about shelling out some dollars for a PSA 10. Now, obviously, Zion does have injury history. So I'm a big Zion fan. Obviously, a Pels fan on top of that. I think his price is going to skyrocket again next year, people. And I know this is football. I know a lot of people are football, but I'm definitely part of that still Team Zion camp. I really do believe in him.
Ooh, man, it's
Minshew. Look at this.
Yeah, I love Minshew,
we were talking to him not too long ago. Me and you just personally.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you're gonna buy DJ Charks, he's nothing without Minshew, right?
Right.
I can't. His cards have actually gone up.
Gone up. So remember I showed you that the Gardner Minshew PSA 10. They have gone up. There was a PSA 10 last week that was at 178. Now just as base prism rookie. And now they're all going for over 200. I should have just bought it. I should have just freaking bought it.
Who is that?
Gardner Minshew.
Oh.
I sent you that link last week, and his PSA 10 was going for. There was one on sale for 178. Look, there was one that sold yesterday for 275. Minshew Mania. Look, a lot of 3 PSA 10 sold for. Oh no, those were
275.
Now, this lot of 3 sold for 500. Well, less than 500.
Yeah, what is Dak Prescott up to? Because he's been bumped up in Vegas eyes on the odds to win the MVP. I don't know if you noticed that.
See, I'm a freaking idiot. I didn't pull the trigger buying his cards. I didn't.
Oh man, holy cow, dude! He's up to 1250 for. Yeah. See, that's one thing to notice that, and this is the one thing I had to learn the hard way. I put it in a video, made a video about it. Was that in 2016 and 2017, all of the rookies, their rookie prism was a silver prism. So whether they put silver in here or not, it's still silver prism. So
okay. So they didn't make any other colors.
Right, exactly. I mean, for the rookies, if it was a base, I mean, they made other colors, but there was no base. Like when you go to 2019 and you look at Gardner Minshew, you know, he has a base and then there is a silver prism as well. There's 2 variations to his base rookie card. So the only difference between the base and the silver is the silver has this rainbow unicorn sheen on the front of it.
Wait, hold on, stop. What's the difference between this one and the one below it?
Nothing. That's the same card, actually.
Oh, okay.
Just the lighting or the shutter speed or whatever he used here was worse. Like, I guess this guy used better lighting and a better camera. But that's what I'm saying. It looks like it maybe, but that's the same card. They're both silvers. Like that year was all the rookies were made in silver. That's why when you look, Patrick Mahomes' base prism rookie card is a silver prism rookie card.
That is so interesting, guys.
Yeah, and they only did it those 2 years from what I've seen. And then the other years they made a base, and then they also made. I want to see what this guy is going for now. Oh, I typed in the wrong year. Whoops. That's right. He was 2017. Patrick Mahomes PSA. That's a raw one for $2,700.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Look at that. Look at that.
You probably can't even find. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to find even. Oh, there you go. $9,000. Whew, son. $9,000. $10,000. Jesus, dude. $15,000 autographed. But
is that a good buy?
No. I mean, it's like, where's it gonna, like, he's literally gonna have to go out. Maybe if he goes out, wins the MVP, wins the Super Bowl again, and sports card market continues to grow. But I would say, what's the chances of that? I mean, yeah, he's a front runner to win the MVP and go back to the Super Bowl, obviously, and everything. And now he's got your boy Clyde Edwards, and he's got all his other weapons. But man, I feel like he's going to have to do something extraordinary again. It's going to have to be crazy again. And, Lamar got the MVP last year, and Mahomes had that dip in his performance. He also struggled with that little ankle injury he had, that little niggle he got there like halfway through the season. But it only sidelined him for like 2 weeks.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
and that was on a quarterback sneak, and it was weird.
I was super scared when that happened. What are Peyton Manning's? Peyton Manning's a guy that I think is a really good investment right now. Is Peyton Manning, but what's set, David? Because Peyton Manning, I actually have bought a couple. I bought a Fleer Ultra, and I bought. So there's a raw Bowman for $30-$40, but we look at a PSA 10. I think 98, probably want to look at maybe Bowman Chrome. Yeah, Bowman Chrome. There's a BGS 9.5, which a lot of people consider to be very similar to a PSA 10 or a good investment. 225, buy it now. So, yeah, I mean, Peyton Manning's still got all-time records. Isn't he getting inducted to the Hall of Fame this year too?
Has it been 5 years? Is it? I couldn't tell you. When did?
I've heard a lot of guys say that this year Peyton Manning is going to be inducted.
So he retired. Cam was in the Super Bowl in 2015. Yeah, that should be right. Yeah.
Yeah, God. Man, he went out on top, unlike his brother.
So what? Okay, so if I was going to buy a Drew Brees rookie card, what should I be looking for?
Oh man, well, Drew Brees, that's 2001. I'd say Topps Chrome, from what I've seen, is the creme de la creme of the Drew Brees rookie cards. Yeah, buddy. There it is. And that's a refractor, though. That's even nicer. Topps Chrome refractor. Yeah, so Topps Chrome. Maybe all his Topps Chromes were refractor. I bought a base Topps rookie card for $30 back in May. And he was like the first quarterback I taught you, because him compared to Mahomes, Brady, Peyton Manning, it's like, okay, Drew Brees is a Hall of Fame lock. He's still playing, and he's got base rookie cards for $30 when these other guys have base rookie cards for well into the triple digits at that time. Now they're, quadruple digits. And you can see how much the thing's gone up. So from an investment standpoint, and I've done the math. Like, I like buying that's a reprint. That's weird. That's what kind of scares me. People making some kind of novelty cards like this that
reprints.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it with Tom Brady too. There's a novelty card reprint of Tom Brady rookie as well, and it's like, well, that's a little scary.
See.
But I'm all about buying the base low-end card. For one, it fits into my budget. This card right here, that not the reprint, but this is just the base Topps, is the one I bought for $31 back in May. But it fits my budget, but it's easier for a card, in my opinion, and from what I've seen, to go from $5 to $25 than it is for a card to go from $50 to $150. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can get that. So maybe what we're doing is the best thing to do.
What are these? Steve is saying, yeah, Brees got the most yards. He's got the most touchdowns too. He just doesn't have the championships. I have a stack of Stidham Optic. Yeah, that's what my boy Brad's been talking about, Stidhams. because, Cam, I guess you could say he's pretty volatile with the whole foot and everything. He could get injured pretty easily, and they're going to run. I mean, he's on a 1 year prove it deal. They're going to run him into the ground in New England.
Wait, Brad is still a Stidham guy? I like that, man. That's totally a Bears thing to do. Okay, that's it.
That's good.
That is, man, Brad is on fire. Let's see. Okay, Stidham's mint 10 on for 140.
What's Cam? So Cam is now officially the starter. I got to look up Cam now because
I'm just going to watch yours. Let me see.
And 2011 Topps Chrome is going to be, so for 2011, the research I've done, Topps Chrome or Bowman Chrome, but Topps Chrome is really where it's at. Orange Refractor. Okay, I've seen a lot of those. And so this is why I like to use ComC, because, you get a lot of variance on eBay. You have a lot of variance, whereas on ComC, they kind of control that economy, and you're forced to, on ComC, kind of stick within the bounds. Unless you have a monopoly on that card in the ComC economy, then you're forced to stick within the realistic realm of what cards are trading at. And
that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. By the way, Brad, you better subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know you hate me so much. I know Brad hates me more than anything on this planet Earth right now. So, Brad, please, if this deters you from subscribing to my YouTube channel, I really hope it doesn't, man, because I'm all love, baby. I love everybody. I just make a lot of jokes. Let's see. I kind of want to buy. I kind of want to buy a Cam card right now.
Yeah, as you can see, okay, so they peaked on 628. I saw when he signed with the Patriots, it was like overnight, man. They shot up big time, like 10x. And I think they're slowly climbing. They dipped, now they're slowly climbing. They dipped big time, and that was one of my points I made in one of my videos. You see this, like I've seen this every year with every release of every card set, going back doing the research on PWCC. When the card's first released or when the player first signs with the team, they make that big acquisition. Like when the Browns signed Odell, Baker got a big bump. And then they bump they go up for like 2 days. And then right after that, then they go back down. It's like that. There's like a set of impulsive investors and collectors that pay a premium, but then it goes back down. You can see now that's not bad. I mean, compared to the other quarterbacks we're looking at, Cam could easily go out and be a top 10 quarterback. Josh McDaniels, the badass coach, he's going to build that running system around Cam for $40. I say it's not bad, man. You're right. I mean, and this Bowman Chrome, like, dude, this is what's crazy. Okay. And see, this is what is crazy. There's 3 of them on here. One's at 21. The other 2 are at 35 and 38. So this is an investment opportunity right here. So what I've done in the past is bought a card like this and then relist it for 35. And now the next person that comes on here is forced to pay that price if you want it. And these cards are also listed on eBay as buy it nows.
Let's see.
But this is what's crazy. Look, this is a 2011 Bowman Chrome rookie card, Cam Newton, starting quarterback now for the Patriots, one of the most popular teams in the NFL. Let's not take this one because the guy does have it listed 45% off. Like, he's really trying to sell it. I think that's a great buy. Someone should buy that right now. $35. But if you look at 2011 Bowman Chrome Julio Jones, the same card. Now we're talking one of the greatest wide receivers. Look what it's at. Look what the Julio Jones is at. Almost the same price as the Cam. And there's only one left. There's one here for 2024, and then there's the other variation for 100.
Look, I'm on the Chrome C right here with the Cam Newton
Okay.
2011 rookie. There's one of him running, and then there's one of him throwing. I mean, how do I know which one's better? So I'm at the Cam Newton. I typed in Cam Newton rookie Bowman in the search. Let me see.
So say that one more time, Carter.
Look, I typed in Cam Newton, the page you were just on.
Uh-huh.
I typed in on ComC, Cam Newton rookie Bowman. So
okay. Yeah, that's
so scroll down. What's the difference between both of these cards? One of him running and one of him throwing. Let me see.
That's the same thing like with the Julio Jones. One is more rare than the other. They made they made more of these BCR-9 Julio Jones than they did of this 2000. So that's the other thing I like about ComC, because you can click on this button and see 101 were sold up to $8, 5/7, 2020. As a man, this card has really jumped in the last couple months. But 101 have sold versus this one where 118 has sold, and that's just in the raw. So you can see that this card is a higher population, even though like these card companies we were talking about don't release like their basic print runs. We can see just from the supply and demand on here that this card is more readily available. This card's more rare.
Interesting. I've learned so much. I just love that everyone watching this knows more about this than I do, and I'm the one that's actually the guest. So I appreciate this, man.
Yeah,
I feel like
man.
Shaq teaching everyone here how to shoot free throws. Like, it's great.
Yeah, you brought so much entertainment. You're a good dude, man. I'm happy to have you on the channel.
Look at this. Okay.
This is a great question. Oh, go ahead.
No. You go ahead. You go on ahead.
Because Ziggy's asking, can you ship your ComC cards to Star Stock? I would love them to see them open up something like this or start something. Like, I would love to see eBay open up these programs. It's like, don't send it to me. Send it to Star Stocks or ComC. Like, I would love that. I would love to see eBay partner with these companies, but right now it's not there. I would also love Star Stock to have an affiliate program as well. I mean, I think they'll probably get there, but none of this is there yet. Star Stock has a good platform. I'll show you while we're sharing screen. Dude, check this out, guys. I listed my cards. All you guys have been following along. You saw that I've done 2 Star Stock submissions, and my cards just got up on Star Stock within the last 2 weeks, probably. I'll show you how many I've sold already. It's pretty crazy. Look at my activity. Sold. Brandon Cooks sold today for $15, a raw base prism that they graded Star Stock A. I paid $1 for that. Christian Kirk, look at that. Your boy Christian Kirk. Select. I bought a ton of Christian Kirk rookies for 75 cents each. One sold today for $5. Tyler Boyd sold yesterday, an optic Tyler Boyd that I paid like 50 cents for, sold for $5. Tyreek Hill select. I've been selling Tyreek Hills consistently. I'm not listing. I'm like slowly rolling them out one by one. Yesterday for $19. Tyler Lockett, $7.50. And I think Tyler Lockett, like I just heard that Josh Gordon is, talking about signing with the Seahawks. And it looks like there's a lot of rumors bubbling around Josh Gordon, the Seahawks. They got DK Metcalf that runs that one route.
Right.
that one wheel route or that one go route. But what that does is it forces defenses to cover DK Metcalf, Josh Gordon. Tyler Lockett's got all the chemistry with Russell Wilson. Tyler Lockett's like the Chris Godwin in the Seattle offense. Tyler Lockett, I think, is going to have an insane year, especially if Pete Carroll lets Russell cook. He lets him throw the ball,
Let him cook, baby. Let him cook.
Look at these Allen Robinsons, bro. 14, 16 bucks. I bought these Allen Robinsons for 75 cents a piece.
Like you sold a Ridley for $20.
Ridley. Yeah, Ridley for Dak Prescott, 20. Ryan Hill, 20. And there's two variations in that year of Ryan Tannehill as well. There's one in his white jersey, and it's super rare compared to this one. Jared Goff, optics, Sterling Shepard, more Tyreek Hills. You can see how it's slowly trickling them out, like what I did with the Calvin Ridleys. I'm really happy to see DJ Moore selling, because another fantasy baller right there. These are just my sales, like from the middle of August, and it just continues to pick up every day. And I haven't.
Look at you.
What I love about StarStock is I haven't put a penny into their website. They listed all my cards for free, and they did it within a matter of 3 weeks. And it's an incredible platform. I like being able to see, your collection. Like there's my Drew Brees, my 2 Drew Brees. So I went ahead and listed these, but I listed them at $60. So, if someone wants it, they pay, but it's also StarStock B. So that's the other thing about StarStock. They grade it. You send them a raw card, they're going to grade it in their StarStock fashion. So A, B, or C. I noticed that the Bs don't hold nearly the value that the A's do on here. So yeah, just figured out.
So you send the cards to StarStock.
Yeah. So what I've been doing
or do you have them, or do you send them to them?
Yeah, I mail them to them. So what I've been doing a lot is buying cards. One of my favorite websites to buy cards is Beckett Marketplace. And you've heard Brad, the comeback card investor, not Brad Nolan, but I'm sure Brad Nolan's been buying cards off Beckett as well. But all these fantasy football guys on Beckett, because what you can do on Beckett Marketplace is it's an old archaic website. It's like digging into flea market for something good, but they have all these little independent card shops that list their cards through Beckett Marketplace, and a lot of them have like volume of these cards. Like, so I was able to buy, like, if you look at some of my cards on here, you'll see I have tons of volume. Let me see, load more. Let me find one that I have like a lot of volume on. But I was able to buy tons of volume. Like my Allen Robinsons are a great example. I sent them 19, and 20 of them. I think like 12 of them graded StarStock A. I've sold a few already, and then the other 8 graded a B. But I was able to buy these off of Beckett Marketplace for 75 cents a piece. Yeah, it took me a couple hours to really hunt them down and fill the order, but I had them sent to my house. It's a blast opening them, and then immediately put them in a penny sleeve and submit them to StarStock. It's a very easy process, and
really?
It's free.
So you send them to them, and then they just
they scan it. Yeah, I send it to them. They scan it. They list it on here. They tell me, they gave me what I had, whether it was B or A's, and they appeared in my collection. And what I love about StarStock is they send me an email every step of the way. They send me an email from their operations manager. Hey, we received your cards. Hey, we're starting to upload your cards now. Hey, your cards are uploaded. I love the personal touch, the customer service. The fees are absolutely incredible. And I'm seeing a lot of activity.
So that's crazy. So would you recommend it to someone like me? I mean, I'm just getting started in all of this.
Oh yeah, man. I've been recommending to everybody in this community, like send your cards to Star. There's my DAX right there. There's my 2 DAX. Yeah, send them. So what's cool is if I wanted to sell my C3 offer, I don't know, these people aren't wanting to pay, but that's okay. I'm fine with letting them sit in here because somebody's going to end up buying it. I'm sure. I got 1A and 1B, but you can see the latest. So nobody's bid yet on the Dak Prescott's, but if I wanted to sell it right now, I could take that $75 offer.
That is absolutely crazy. I knew none of this. I'm dead serious, and no one's gonna believe.
Really?
I know nothing about this stuff.
So check this out. I'm not listing any of my Ryan Tannehills, right? I've got 2 Star Stock A's. There's 4 offers from 20. If I wanted to sell one of these right now for $20, I could. So you have 2 for sale from 25, 4 offers from 20. If I wanted to click sell, and I could literally, there's open offers. And this is what I love about it, because if at any time you decide you want to liquidate a card, you could take one of these offers. They sit in there until people go in and cancel them.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
It's cool, right? And so I could literally put 20 right now, and it would be like, boom, congratulations, your card is sold. Put some money in my account. I can withdraw. They charge me 5%. It's half of what ComC is charging. Oh, yeah. And Ziggy just said they scan and review the card too, which is key for buyers. Yeah, I like that. Loving this. David Hunter's.
Yeah, that is so cool. I'm kind of interested in this stuff.
No, I think you should be, because I've not just bought cards on Beckett. You don't have to buy just cards on Beckett, because Beckett is challenging. You can find some deals, but it is frustrating at times because they don't update their inventory in real time. So I've had a lot of orders and cards refunded and rejected, or just refunded.
Wow.
Yeah, but look, I mean, like this whole lot, like I showed you, like the Greg Olson for $345, the Nick Bosa's, like these select Nick Bosa rookie cards. Even though Star Stock doesn't accept defensive players at the moment, I think they will as their business continues to grow. But you can get all this stuff off of Beckett for the most I paid for any of these cards was that $3.25 for the Greg Olson rookie. I have a 2015 Topps Chrome Orange Refractor Stephon Diggs in here that I bought for $3.
Look at you.
So check this out. And it came in a penny sleeve.
Look at you dirty individual getting deals. Look at that. Oh, let me shout some people out in the chat. What's up, David? What's up, Ziggy? Oh, the Knicks fan is still in here. God, dog.
Boss. What's funny is Boss M, or the gaming god LJ, and I go back and forth on ComC. Is he buys a lot of the cards that I buy as well. And so him and I are like, trying to undercut each other on offers on ComC website and stuff. We have a lot of fun with that. And so I was like, what is your username? And so I finally found out who he is, and now I.
So let me shout out all my fellow chubby people. I'm eating my last Oreo. My girlfriend just brought in these Oreos. Nice. So shout out to all my fellow chubby people. This is for you, okay? Oh yeah. That is just great, man. That's like getting 38% ROI on your cards. That's how good that tasted right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go have a bowl of cereal or something after this. I'm telling you, I haven't gotten to the. I have not. I am though, guys. I'm about 40% the way through editing and finished with my next video. I'm hoping to have it out tomorrow or Saturday at the latest. But I actually went to the card shop here in Tampa with Brad, the comeback card investor. I'm also talking about what I see is coming up next. Yeah, so David Hunter mentioned my sheets. I'm making a new sheet about what I see as the future in the coming months here in the regular season of NFL. I'm also revealing the winner. Well, I guess I kind of did if you guys can read the chalkboard there. But the winner of my $100 August challenge, where I asked the guys to pick. I asked the guys to imagine they only had $100 to spend, and you had to pick one QB, one running back, and one wide receiver. And so they left the comments on that video. It was the beginning of August. I tracked, and what it was really cool was like eye-opening because it forced me to track the prices of these cards and players that I typically wasn't targeting. And I did that for the entire month of August. And we got a winner. So I'm breaking down the strategy that he used to win that challenge and seeing how we can apply that moving forward going into the season. And then what I see is like coming next in the NFL and like the sheet that I'm building around it. So it's coming. It's coming.
Okay, so let's explain that again. So you had $100. So people would have $100 to theoretically buy raw cards. Is that how you did it?
Where they could buy raw or graded. They could buy.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's basically just you had to, the only stipulation was you couldn't just buy one quarterback or one card. You had to pick one quarterback, one running back, and one wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool,
everybody made profit. Let's just put it that way. Everybody that participated made some nice profit. And I'm sure all of us in real life, you saw my Star Stock account, my ComC account is similar. It's just the football card sales have been off the chain in August.
So I have a question. Can you list a card on multiple sites, or is it just on one site? I know it sounds like a dumb question, but I'm learning. Like I said, if you just now jumped into this, every single one of you watching this knows more about this than I do. So I'm learning.
Yeah. So the only way I could see you doing that, Carter, is you list your card on ComC. ComC has an affiliation with eBay as a buy and
okay.
Yeah, so that same card you'll see listed on both of those platforms. But if you list your card on Beckett or OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, I don't see it being listed on any other platform, at least right now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. I have no idea what's going to happen. I think I probably bought too much because I know nothing about any of this. But if I get if I sell the Stephon Diggs for like double what I paid for it, I'm actually gonna be very happy. Let's see. Yeah, so only on one platform. That's what I thought. I was just asking because, like I said, I know nothing. Let's see.
Nice. I love it, man, because we got so many new collectors. Like Ziggy's been in it for a long time. David Hunter's been in it for a long time. Mike Hamm with the fish in his hand earlier, he was in it for a long time. I sold him a ton of my old cards from whenever I was a kid. I brought them all in my dad's class. Some of them had mold on them, bro. I had a bunch.
Oh, shit.
Dude, my dad had some really nice cards that he put it in a giant Tupperware that had a stack of hats. And these hats were used hats, like from my Little League games as a kid, and they had sweat in them. The sweat over the years turned to mold, and it was gnarly, like red, green, black mold.
Oh, my God.
I had to throw some stuff away, but then there was a bunch of other stuff that just had a couple spots, and then there was a bunch of unopened seal wax, and I had it all in boxes. There was silverfish crawling in there, and I was like, what? I cherry-picked what I felt was like the best 100 cards. I basically, like any card that was like, I felt was like worth over $5, I kept, and I have them still over here. But everything else I listed as a lot on Facebook Marketplace, and I met up with Mike Hamm, and he bought it. I sold it to him for $140. That was
so. Let me ask you this: someone that was watching my videos of my account in the town that I live in actually walked up to where I lived and dropped off a Walmart sack full of football cards. And I don't know if I think this is 1977, 1978.
Yeah, man, that's like Ray Guy days.
Yeah. So do these cards do anything, or do you just sell them for like $1? Or let's see.
That's the kind of card, if in good condition, you should send in to get graded.
Really? Okay.
In my opinion, yeah. And from what I've seen, like the personal finance dad has been investing in vintage, what he considered that would be considered vintage. To him, vintage to me is like anything pre 1990. Because I'm a '80s baby, so
Yeah.
vintage to me is pre 1990.
So I dug out, and I still got to go through all. These are all pros.
Nice, Hamm.
Jack Hamm. We got a. This is going to trigger some Cowboys fans, but he's still not in the. Drew Pearson. Let's see. I have like 4 Greasies in here, and I have a few Franco Harris. A lot of duplicates too. Art Shell, Jack Hamm, Harvey Martin. I know nothing about these. At least I know something about prisms.
Yeah.
I know. I saw some of these selling for like $2 on eBay or whatnot.
Well, I think you should hold on to those, man, because the junk wax era, if I understand this correctly, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ziggy or Steve, but nice, Walter Payton All Pro.
Just looks cool.
Is that his rookie card or
no? That's a cool
card.
It's just a cool card. It makes me very happy just to even hold something from that was that long ago.
Yeah, and they didn't start overprinting until the early '90s, from what I understand. Like the 1990 and to 2000, they overprinted so much, which is what.
And then they also made cards like to commemorate a moment. So I have like 3 O.J. Simpsons here. O.J. reaches 10,000 yard plateau. I have 3 of the same.
Look at Brad. He said New Carter was a Bears fan.
Oh my God. Brad, you got me, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Brad with the comeback, man. If Brad does not subscribe to my YouTube, Brad is like someone that would normally watch my content. I have a feeling that Brad's a super nice guy, like in person, but a total asshole to his close friends. That sounds like who Brad is. Let me see.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, Brad. I'm totally kidding.
He's a good guy, but he definitely likes to pick on his friend. I consider him a friend now, and he's been picking on me about the Bucs.
The Bucs? Okay, so let's talk about the Bucs this year. Okay. 7 teams are now in the playoffs. Okay. One of my favorite LSU players is on the Bucs. Okay. My boy Devin White. All right, running the show.
I love Devin White.
And I was also a big Quan Alexander guy. I know he's now with the 49ers.
Yeah.
So I want Devin White to do well. What's very interesting about Tampa is that if you go player by player, roster by roster, as objectively as I could possibly say this, I would still take the Saints roster over the Bucs roster, but not by much. I mean, they are very, very close. Okay, skilled position guys, who would you take? Just on skilled position guys alone. I know you're a Bucs fan and I'm a Saints fan. Let's see what the YouTube chat says about this. Exactly, Brad. Got to be able to talk shit. That's what I love.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at YouTube comments right now. Because we're both biased in this, who has the better set of skill guys, the Saints or the Bucs? What do you think, Andy?
Offense or defense?
Offense skill guys. Who has better offensive skill guys?
Tampa all day.
All day? Are you kidding me?
All day, but
all day?
Okay.
Our number, we get Emmanuel Sanders? Are you kidding me?
Dude, Emmanuel Sanders is 33.
Day?
Emmanuel Sanders is 33.
And he is one overthrow away from one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history.
That's
okay?
True.
He still has the burners, baby. So, okay.
New creations come to my rescue.
New creation. Okay, let's see what everyone's saying. All right. Bucks have better skills, guys. All your shitty Tampa friends are coming over here from shitty ass Tampa Bay saying Bucks. Thank you, Brad. You see, Brad has always been my bro.
Saints though have a top. That's true. I know the Saints defense is okay.
Okay.
We'll see.
So there you go. Saints. All right, skill position guys. I'm going to give you the truth right here. When it comes to skill position guys, it's a push. Okay, Buccaneers have slightly better receivers overall because they're number 2, Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, whoever you want to mention. Okay, all right, is better than Emmanuel Sanders, even though Emmanuel Sanders is really, really good. At running back, though, the Saints at running back is way better.
Kamara sounds like he's about to be gone.
They'll figure it out. They're
going to figure out his
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to be traded, or he's not going to have his grandma's not going to get COVID mysteriously at the beginning of the season?
You never know. So offensive line, who has a better offensive line? That's clearly the Saints, correct? Let's move to offensive line chat.
On paper, but dude, our off-season acquisition in Tristan Wirfs and Ali Marpet, dude, I don't know, man.
So David brings up tight ends. Well, Jared Cook's back. Jared Cook got his mojo. Saints got a good tight end in the draft. I like who they drafted there. Yeah, but I give Adam Trotman. Yeah.
Yeah, Trotman.
Bucks do have better tight ends. On defense, who has the better front seven on defense? I would say that's a push. Man, that's a close push, though. I really think Shaq Barrett, he had the most sacks in the NFL last year. We re-signed Ndamukong Suh. I mean, it's a push. I think it's a push. Right, we got Devontae David. Now, corners, you guys got better corners. Corners and then safety, it's up. Lattimore. Safety is up in the air. Yeah, Lattimore. Yeah. So Lattimore baller. And special teams, I would say the Saints have better special teams. So, hey man, because our special teams captain is Dare Ogunbowale. Yes, dude, that's Tom Brady's boy. That is true. Don't you dare! Oh, dad! I love the dad joke. So Saints are better. So I think the Saints will win the NFC South, even though I do like the Buccaneers schedule a little bit better. I just still believe in the Saints roster. I really do. Even though it's tough to be elite in the NFL for 4 consecutive years, I just think that Saints roster is still top 3 in the league. But coaching though is up in the air too. I mean, come on, Bruce Arians has led some of the greatest offenses, but Sean Payton, he's been there, man. He's got the resume. If people would take Bruce stupid ass weird hat, painter's hat Arians over Sean Payton, then but look at the Buccaneers schedule. So at New Orleans, Carolina, at Denver, Chargers, Bears, Packers got to come there, at Raiders, at Giants. Not really difficult road game. Man, I love the Bucs schedule. I really do love their schedule. Where the Saints, not that much worse. But I still like the Bucs schedule a little bit better. You know we're gonna beat the Saints week 1, it's because this is my theory. It's because we're in the Superdome, and just historically we played better. Yeah, that's true. Superdome. I think there's going to be more pressure, and just I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. I hate to sit here and jinx myself. So nervous about that. Here's what we'll do. Okay, this sounds like a fair trade to me. Okay. If the Saints win let me start over. If the Buccaneers win week 1, I have to give you this Robert Miller card right here. Okay, that is worth. I just checked on ComC Star Stock that this card is currently worth $1,000, $1,686.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but if the Saints win, you have to send me a mint 10 Patrick Mahomes card. Now that's a fair trade. I mean, I think everyone in the chat would agree that is a fair trade. So I believe we agree on that trade, and I'm excited, man. This is great. This is a great friendship, man. You can get me a raw Patrick Mahomes. I'll even go.
You go raw.
I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a raw Patrick Mahomes. So a deal is a deal.
Rookie, or has it got to be a Prism?
No, it's got to be Prism. It's got to be a. No. It has to be a graded auto rookie Patrick Mahomes.
Wait a minute.
Yes, exactly. So this Robert Miller, I just checked on ComC Stock Score XYZ, is worth $2,376. So this is a fair trade. So it sounds like a deal to me. It really does.
Your terms just keep on changing, man.
Look, this just went up in price because I put it on your live stream. You see, so look at what Brad just said. Fair for sure. So it looks like we got ourselves a deal. So there we go.
Thank you, gaming. The gaming god actually looked it up.
Less than $1. We're talking about Robert Miller, who went to, it doesn't say his college on here. So this is a great Robert Miller who rushed for 93 yards his rookie year.
Okay.
This is a card that it's a fair trade. Brad already said it's a fair trade. Steal the cent. Thank you, David. Andy is getting the better end of this deal. Okay, look. Okay, since I have to do it as the guest, I'll make it a Dak Prescott graded rookie auto. Okay, there we go. That's as good as I'll go for this this legendary Robert. Don't you dare speak down on Robert Miller from Lawrence, Kansas. Who doesn't know that he's from Lawrence, Kansas? That is a fair deal right there.
Jackson.
Saints to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
You know what, Jackson? The gaming guy goes by Jack. I'll tell you what I'll send you, though. I think this is a fair deal for that card. I will send you, if the Saints win, I will send you a 2014 Panini Prism draft picks, Jameis Winston.
Oh, let's do. No, we will come up with some fair wager because you dare speak on what's his name again, Robert Miller's name like that, Andy. I can't. But we will come up with something. We got to do a week one wager. I mean, come on, why not? We definitely should, man, because your channel has 200 something subscribers and I have 60. Let's see. His real name is Jackson. Oh my god.
Jackson.
What kind of name is Jackson? Oh.
Is that first or last name?
If it wasn't for Outcasts, the name Jackson would just be horrible. Outcasts and Samuel L. I am for real. Okay. Look at this card. Someone actually sent me this card. And I looked to see how much these Whitney Houstons are going for. Going for $3 right now on eBay. But Andy, I will sell it to you for $20 because it has been in my presence.
True investor style. Hey,
yeah.
I bought a Karl Malone refractor from Brad, the comeback card invest. I remember I was on a Zoom with him and I bought a Karl Malone refractor from him for like $12.
Really?
And he's like, let me show you something. And then he showed me that he bought it for $1.50.
Oh wow!
And then I bought it from him for $12. I like the Whitney Houston there. That's cool.
So Karl Malone's actually from where I grew up. So he's pretty big here. And I have his autographed basketball on there. It was the first auto I've ever gotten from an actual player in person. So it's interesting, man. Hey, something, and I wanted to bring it up on here. And I know most of you guys are like American football, but it blew my mind how much some of these soccer World Cup prisms go for. Have you seen that, Andy? It's unfreaking real.
I've seen soccer blowing up across the board lately.
Dude, it's
tons of guys are
nuts.
talking about it. Yeah. Tons of guys are transitioning to soccer right now.
Like the Kylian Mbappe's and the Lionel Messi's, like the big names.
Yeah, Messi.
Dude, they're raw
Cristiano
cards.
Ronaldo and stuff.
Yeah, those raw cards. Yeah. So I'm a big international soccer guy. So I used to have a show that I produced on Sirius XM. I was working for Sirius XM for a while, and that was my thing, was international soccer. I grew up playing soccer, so Liverpool, all that stuff. And it's crazy how big those stars are. I mean, there's probably 7 or 8 soccer stars that are on, LeBron James and Steph Curry's level. So what's Google Sheets? I still don't know what that is.
Oh, so yeah, Google Sheets is basically a free product that you get when you create a Gmail account, and it's basically an online version of Microsoft Excel. So what I did was, let's see if I can pull it up, and I'll show you. But what I did was extract all the data from my favorite fantasy football platform, playerprofiler.com, allow me to select tons of different data criteria around prior player performance and future projections. And then what I did was I put all that into Google Sheets, and I added columns for their Vegas projections, their Vegas win odds. I added columns for their social media following. I didn't get to fully build it out, but what's cool about it is I also added in their links to their sales page. So here I'll share it on the thing. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Let's see if we go back to here. Boom. Oh, that you're seeing my email.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Do you need to renew your Pornhub, man? God, dog. God bless. I mean, Backdoor Sluts 9 is not going to launch itself. I mean, God. Let's see.
Very true.
All right. Brad says killing Mbappe. I kind of want an Mbappe card. Let's see.
So this is what the sheet looks like. I mean, it's a lot of information. Somebody's in it right here. So it's cool is because I can make updates to this in real time, and I haven't stayed on top of it as much as I wanted to, but the guys know how to use it now. And what's cool is, like Tom Brady, this will take you directly to the eBay link. And the guys are going to buy, if any of the guys do decide to buy cards on here, like you click that and it takes you to eBay, then you're buying it from a third-party seller that's still listing cards on eBay, but eBay does have an affiliate program. So when any of the guys do buy a card on eBay, I get like a 2% or 3% kickback from eBay for like directing the traffic to their website, which is cool. So it's like a resource, you can use it. Like what I use it for is, and I highlight like my favorite targets, is just like copy and paste. So like on Beckett Marketplace, when you're trying to fill an order, or ComC, or any of these platforms, you can just copy and paste from here. Or like this, for example, is the ComC link, and it carries over the little picture so you can see what the card looks like. And it's free, it's all free. And so I've given all of my subscribers access to this. All I asked for was their social security number, their date of birth, their home telephone. No, I'm joking.
Good.
No, just their name and email. I put them on my email newsletter so that I send out a newsletter like once a week. I try to do. I've been doing it every week. I didn't do it this last weekend, but I'll definitely do it every week during the season, just like news in the community, what I see as trending, and like I have access to market movers, and I'm looking at all these different platforms between eBay, ComC, StarStock, and I put stuff in the newsletter for the guys, and I put links, and I'm creating new sheets. And player profiler is something I pay for, and so but with that membership, they allow me to extract the data and download it in Excel format that I can then re-upload into here and give guys free access to. So it's pretty cool.
Well, am I allowed to have access to this wonderful information?
Yeah, man. You just got to go to my website and make sure you put in your social security number and your address and your date. I'm joking.
Right. Hey,
yeah, I got you.
I live in El Dorado, Arkansas. Come on down, man.
El Dorado, Arkansas.
Well, someone asked, who was it? I don't even know if he's still in here. Let me see. His name's Ziggy. Is that Ziggy? Yeah, Ziggy. He asked me when my next comedy date is. Tell Ziggy wherever he is, I'll come do a show for him.
Sweet.
Let's see.
I think Ziggy's in somewhere. I saw him wearing a Tennessee jersey. I think he was wearing.
Oh, no. Okay, stop. Cancel. Not Vol Country. No, yeah, I'm gonna give you a little nugget here. I have met Philip Fulmer, really nice guy.
There's your boy right on top of the list.
Clyde, let's go.
So what's cool is free version of Excel. So you don't have to pay for Excel. You could sort each column just like Excel. Super easy to use. If I want to see who's the top ranked fantasy running back this year based on like expert high ranking fantasy guys, I can just sort by that. Or if I added a column in for Vegas odds. So I want to correlate, who's on the best team, but also got the highest fantasy rank. So I've sorted this column from top to bottom, and I've sorted this column from top to bottom.
Look at you.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is like my top running back target. Like I'm taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire early to middle of the first round of drafts. I'm also buying Clyde Edwards-Helaire rookie cards, Tyreek Hill, no brainer, Travis Kelce, we talk. So it's like, I love being able to sort this way and make it easy. And then what I do is like, I'll come in here and add a column with what his rookie card's trading at. So then I could sort by that as well. And it's like, boom, pinpoint who I should be investing in objectively based on their metrics, their Vegas odds, their fantasy ranking, and what their card's trading at.
Look at you.
That's the sheet. So
okay, I just signed up on your website. Okay, let me see. Where do I put social security number?
Google Alerts.
That is just great.
Carter the Power has.
I'm part of the club now, man.
Lost the Saints Bucks bet to the Fantasy Football Card Quest. Forced to donate all his DJ Chark cards.
Yeah.
Interesting news article I found here on there.
That's just crazy, man. That's good. Let's see. Go back over to the chat. Now they're talking about baseball. Oh my God. Oh no, it's still soccer. Hold on. Let's see. God, you do have some soccer fans. You got Haaland right here. Yeah. The youngster from Dortmund. I like it. Let's see, Kubo and Rodrigo. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about diving into soccer cards.
Really?
But I need to master football cards first.
Yeah, I just see that football cards are going to continue to evolve and change, and with fantasy being so closely tied in, and with injuries, COVID, I think there's going to be tons of opportunities here throughout the season. That's like, I just want to fully between my day job and the 2 kids and wife and everything else, like I can really only afford to devote my time to one sport as well. Right. Like I have appreciation for soccer and basketball and baseball, and I love golf. But I just, football is like the creme de la creme to me, NFL football. So
That's crazy. You're married with kids and living in Tampa, and you do data analytics, man. That is like, you're very much unlike me, man. You're actually making money. That's good, man.
yeah.
I currently am living off freelance radio checks and what do I sell off to? Oh, cocaine sales, and that's about it. Like that's all.
Right.
That's all I got going. But no, that's great, man. I didn't know about you personally. I didn't know you were married with kids. I didn't know people that were married and do successful jobs do stuff like this. So that's great, man.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about. I like producing. Like, so I like part of my engineering mindset. Like, I always love building something or creating something, and like creating videos has become very fun for me. It's become a challenge. It's become a lot of fun. Like, but it's such a good medium. Like, I do get to build such a good connection with all of you guys. And I really enjoy it because videos, like video content is a lot of, I love to consume video content. Like I like to consume other video content, but I also really, mostly I love in producing something. Like if I'm not making videos, then like I'm building tree houses and swing sets for my kids. And,
Good.
When I was a kid, I was in the Lego magazine because I built this giant city of Legos. And I'm an engineer. This is what I like, building stuff and engineering things,
So you want to know how I knew you had kids? Okay. So
no hair. Is that
no hair? How I knew you had kids, because if you weren't married and single and you had an analytics job, you wouldn't be doing your show from your garage, which is where you are right now.
That's right, man. The button.
And you got the Terminator red eye back there. It's been bothering me from the get-go. Like, is there a single guy who chose in his analytics house in shitty-ass Tampa Bay to do the show in his garage? Why in the hell is he in his garage? And I was like, okay, he's married with kids. They're the ones that take up all the fun room. And your man cave is the same place you park your Honda Civic. So like, I mean,
no car in here, bro. There's not enough. This is dude. I've got right over here. I've got a power cage. So I've got a full power cage, freeway gym, and then I've got my desk. I've got my workbench. Yeah, I've got it all decked out.
Good, man. That's great. That garage life. That is the way it should be.
I got my window AC unit, so
man, good. that is great. So I do all my content in our laundry room. All right, so my girlfriend and I don't make a ton of money right now, but she gets so angry when I set up my studio in our living room, or if you go on the channel. A lot of my sports gym videos is where I take all the stuff down in the living room and I put the sports toys and figurines up there. And the thing is, I can't tell her because she would get infuriated if I actually told her what I was doing. So I just do it without knowing and just deal with the repercussions later. So I wish I had a garage I could just set up in and it actually looked cool.
Yeah, man.
Cam Akers. Really?
I drafted Cam Akers in the fantasy draft on Sunday night. I think Cam Akers is going to do pretty. I mean, dude, who's his competition? Oh, Malcolm Brown, I think, is going to vulture some goal line work. They're going to put some Malcolm Brown in at the goal line. They did it last year to Gurley.
So here's the thing about Cam Akers that makes it very difficult. So when he came out, he was easily the best running back in his recruiting class. It wasn't even close. He is a supreme talent. The hard thing about evaluating him is because, in his prime years, he played under Willie Taggart, who was the coach that didn't recruit him. So He played behind bad offensive lines, bad offenses in general, played on bad teams with bad defenses. So it's kind of hard to really evaluate him because he just played on so many bad teams with bad locker rooms. Now he's actually with a great coaching staff, an offensive line that did decline some last year, but they're okay. So how he fits in that offense to me is just very weird, but man, he does have serious RB1 potential. Like he's definitely RB1 if you just base it on talent.
So check this out. This is what I love about Player Profiler.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a website and a platform and a service that's founded by Matt Kelly, the Podfather, and Patrick Murphy from Fantasy Football King. I think there's another guy in there, Nate Bliss, who's like, I think his handle is an outraged Jew. He's pretty funny too. But it's this whole so player rankings, depth charts, data now. They got everything. Like it's incredible. So I love their workout metrics, and they compare them to other players in the NFL. Aggregates physical attributes, workout, college and pro productivity. What I love about this, they show his popularity, like how many times people have clicked on his profile. You got all his core metrics here, but then we can see his 40-yard dash is 87th percentile, speed score 89th percentile. This is really solid metrics. His agility is not good for whatever reason that wasn't captured, because his agility wouldn't be zero. They didn't capture everything. But his college dominated. They look at things like college. So this is the percentage of a running back's total team yards and touchdowns in college. Any value over 40% is considered excellent for a running back. So it's basically his percentage of total team yards and touchdowns. That's really good. So it's basically saying that Cam Akers carried his team 40% of the time.
He was on and not only that, we're talking a bad team. So
Florida State.
I mean, they were so poorly coached. I mean, it was bad. Okay. What's very weird, okay, me being the biggest LSU fan that you've ever had on this show. So Clyde is going from the best college offense ever to maybe the best NFL offense ever. I mean, next year the Chiefs, I mean, who knows what they can accomplish. I mean, it's ridiculous how much talent they have. But, and Clyde's not going to test the best. He's on a home run hitter. That's not his game.
No, but his burst, man, that's an incredible burst. And then we know he's got Chase Edmonds, very good receiving ability. I like the little avatar they put, the little Mr. Potato Head. That's funny, dude.
But his cutting ability, his ability to pick out a hole is so unreal. And, it's weird when, so many people have asked you about the LSU offense, especially going into this year in fantasy. Were they a byproduct of all of these superstars playing with each other? I mean, Jamar Chase, who just announced that he's sitting out this year, was their best receiver, and he would have been selected in the first round. He would have been selected ahead of Justin Jefferson. So, yeah, they did have all this talent. 4 of the 5 offensive linemen were drafted in this last year's draft. But if you go back and actually watch their film, a lot of their film shows them doing extraordinary NFL things, like Joe Burrow, for instance. If you go back and actually watch Joe Burrow make throws, a lot of the throws were in tight windows. A lot of the throws were him stepping up in the pocket, feeling out the pocket. So, I mean, I think that's unfair because we didn't get to see his 40 time. I think
that's the thing is if he didn't go to the combine, then it's not captured here, like his 40, his burst, his agility.
But what you can do, and it could just be that I watch a lot of LSU film for what I do, but I guarantee you that Joe Burrow does not run a 4.9. He does not run a 4.9. He probably runs in the 4.6 region. I think he's at and a lot of people don't believe that. But if you go back and actually watch the tape, Isaiah Simmons, one of the biggest freak athletes we've ever seen come to the NFL, Joe Burrow multiple times beat Isaiah Simmons in a race to the sideline running the football. I mean, Joe Burrow can run. Now, is he an NFL Lamar Jackson type of runner? No. But I would compare him athletically, obviously not the same arm, but speed-wise and pocket-wise, he's very similar to Russell Wilson. He really is. So,
yeah. And Russell Wilson, man, he takes a hit like a champ. I feel the same way about Joe Burrow just from watching him execute. I mean, look at Russell Wilson's metric. I mean, he's pretty fast too.
He's fast.
But see, this is what I love about Joe Burrow, the Wonderlic, and I consider Russell Wilson a smart guy. Certainly smarter than the best score 48 by Ryan Fitzpatrick. This is basically an intelligence test used by the NFL. So players scoring 30 plus are considered smart. So Joe Burrow did take the intelligence test, and you saw his score. His score was really good. 32. And that's what I'm hearing about Joe Burrow is that, I mean, incredible.
34, wow.
Yeah, incredible. So, he makes good decisions under pressure. And this also, I think, is going to translate to his reaction time, his scan progression and reading the open guy. And you go to Jameis Winston, and this is why he's been as bad as he is in the NFL is because his Wonderlic.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible, but this is
Russell Wilson
crab leg levels,
So I took the Wonderlic. I took a Wonderlic a few weeks ago.
Oh, you did?
I did. So here's the thing. Daniel Jeremiah leaked a Wonderlic test, and he immediately deleted it. So I took the Wonderlic, and honestly, 27's not bad. So, Brett Favre was 13. All right. Vince Young was in the 10s. I think Patrick Peterson was a 4 or something like that. I don't know. But the Wonderlic's a weird test. It's very weird. So I took it, but I didn't have a bubble in sheet. I didn't have a calculator, and I got a 27. Or it was I got a 28. It was 27 or 28, either one of those. It's a weird test, but if you go to college for at least 2 or 3 years, there is no reason for you to get less than a 10 on a Wonderlic. There's no reason to get less than a 10. That is the bare minimum. And to see some of the NFL players get less than a 10, I'm like, wait, what did you do at college? Did you really? It's that crazy to me that people do that bad on the Wonderlic test. But going back to Joe Burrow, the biggest challenge for him, obviously, the windows are going to be tighter. He ran the ball very efficiently. He won't be able to do that as much in the NFL. The biggest challenge for him is that he was always the smartest guy on the field. So Joe Burrow didn't take any classes this past year. He took one online class. So he legit took the college quarterback position and treated it like he was an NFL quarterback. So all he did was study film. All he did was study defenses. All he did was go through his mechanics, which is what you should do to be a great quarterback. But not all quarterbacks are able to have that chance. So, I don't think athletically is going to be the biggest challenge for him. I think the biggest challenge is that he was so much smarter than everyone else on the field. In the NFL, everybody's smart. Defensive ends are smart. Linebackers are smart. The defensive coordinators are smart. So that to me is going to be the biggest difference for Joe.
Yeah. But I pull this up because this is the quintessential, good athlete, incredibly fast for a quarterback. He's at the top of the charts on all the 40-yard dash, burst agility, terrible Wonderlic, terrible throw velocity. This is why Tyrod Taylor has not really done that great.
And okay, so I'm thinking about launching a challenge, a new channel And I'm a big fan of Revisionist History, Malcolm Gladwell. I love that podcast. And there's so much stuff in sports that we mistake as being a bad decision. The worst time where a coach got killed for making a decision that everyone thought was bad was when what's the Bills coach name now? McDermott. Come on.
He's the Bills' current coach?
The Bills' current coach is what's his name? God, someone's gonna know. His name slipped my. Anyway, he benched Tyrod Taylor for Nathan Peterman. Okay, and Nathan Peterman ended up going out on the field and had the worst performance in NFL history. He threw 4 interceptions in the first quarter or something like that. And so many people bashed Coach McDermott. I think that's his name. I don't remember. But to me, he knew what he had in Tyrod Taylor. He knew that Tyrod Taylor is not a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So how do you not know if Nathan Peterman is not the next Tom Brady? I mean, you got to throw him out there for at least a game, right? To see if your backup gives you a better opportunity to win. So I remember that decision every day. Sean McDermott. Okay, McDermott. Yeah. So everyone made a big deal that McDermott made that decision, the Nathan Peterman decision. And yes, Nathan Peterman was bad and the Bills obviously lost that game. But I didn't mind that decision because in the NFL, you really have to figure out if you have a star quarterback or not. And Tyrod Taylor is not a star quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's not going to throw in interceptions. He's not going to kill you. Even though he didn't score well on the Wonderlic, he's actually really smart with the football. He understands how to run an offense, but obviously you're very limited because he doesn't have a big arm. And he's afraid to throw interceptions. So, I look back at that decision. I'm like, why not? Why not see if Nathan Peterman is not the next Tom Brady or whoever? I didn't mind that decision.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. It's like,
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah, I was going to look up Keyshawn.
I loved him at Vanderbilt. That was another situation like Cam Akers where he played on a bad offense.
Not bad. College dominator, very good. So, he's a workhorse.
But that was a horrible offense. So, of course, he was going to. Dalvin Cook.
That's his best comparable player.
We still drafting tomorrow, Andy?
Yeah. I guess we should probably call it a night here, man. Dude, this has been so much fun, though, dude. This has been such a great conversation. Yeah, man, this has been awesome. Absolutely incredible. So I can't thank you enough for coming on the show.
So here's what I ask everyone. Everyone that's watching, please go subscribe to Sports Gems. Shoot me a message at Card of the Power. If you have any advice for beginner in cards, please feel free to send me whatever. I'll talk about it all day and night. But yeah, I appreciate all your viewers. I know it took a lot of cheap shots at Brad and the Game God. Ironically, they're the ones that have stayed with us the longest. Zig, Mike with the fish, all these people, they were very fun to hang out with, and I appreciate you welcoming me into your broadcast. I'm sorry I didn't get into next time I'm on, I'll share all the crazy stories I have with NFL players. I have a crazy story with Jerry Rice and Mike Ditka and all these people that I've interviewed in my career. So we'll say that for the next one. Yeah, it's wild. A lot of these people are pretty wild. I'll share my Russell Wilson story and all that stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you, Andy, and I appreciate you helping out a beginner like me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I'm looking forward to round 2 too, man. That's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it, man. So good stuff, guys. Yeah, guys, go check out Carter. Subscribe to his channel. Leave him some comments about what he needs to do. It's basically just go click more buttons on DJ Chark and Clyde Edwards. There's a dude. There's a dual patch. I'll leave you with this. There's a dual patch rookie card out there. I think it's National Treasures. It's got Joe Burrow and Clyde Edwards-Helaire on there. That's got your name written on it, man.
Wait, where is it? Where do I get it?
It's on. I was talking to the guy in my other fantasy league, and he bought it on comc.com.
Well, tell him I'll buy double. I'll buy it from him right now. It's serious. I'll do it. Let's see. Burrow, Edwards, Helaire.
Let's see if I can find it.
Tell him to show me the card. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it before we get off here.
I'll show it to you. It's a badass card. I've seen it before, and I was like, oh, man, that's sick.
Oh, God. You're going to kick me out of my own apartment.
Uh-oh. Rookie card. No, it's rookie related, maybe. Man, and maybe it's sold out. We might have to look online or on eBay. Where did it go? Maybe it's under Clyde Edwards. I bet you it is under Clyde Edwards. Well, there's one right there. So there's a Clyde, but there was one that's also got a dual jersey patch. Let me see. Includes sold out. There's a Contenders right there. You found it
on eBay. It's got Clyde, Joe, and Justin on it.
Oh man, that's sick, dude. That's the card for you.
Look up. Let me see. I just put a link on the eBay on the chat.
Okay.
I might have to copy and paste it in there. Let's see. It's got all three of their, but it's only a patch. It's not their auto, but still, it's cool.
Yeah, it was just a jersey.
47 out of. God.
Let me see. Okay.
Cool. That's a cool.
See.
Oh, look, this Joe on eBay, this Joe Burrow clear autograph is $1,400. Great.
Yeah, that's pretty badass too. That's not the one I was talking about. That's not the one I was thinking of. I don't know why I can't find it. I think Jackson knows which card I'm talking about. Let me see if I can type in Joe Burrow. Clyde.
God, this card is so cool, man. All three of their jersey patches on there at LSU. 47 out of 99 for $100.
It's pretty bad. I did.
Or make an offer. I might make an offer. Let's see.
Ooh. There's a Contenders autographed, man. That's a rare card right there.
That's what I was talking about, 1,400.
Oh, wow, yeah. A sticker, too, but out of 23.
23 out of 23.
See, I would wait. I think Joe Burrow is going to do really good this year, but Cincinnati's defense is like Swiss cheese. I mean, I don't know if he's – so it's like at some point, prices are going to dip.
I think the two best teams in the NFL are the Ravens and the
Tampa Bay Bucks.
Tampa Bay. No, the Ravens and Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Like this, I think Pittsburgh's really good. I really do.
You
They
think?
have
You think
no.
that would be cool,
they're-
man? I'd love to go to the
three.
National.
It's 3 of 5. Clyde Edwards, Joe Burrow's 15,000. Sticker
I saw it.
autograph wrong. In Nashville, Tennessee, no, $16,000.
Oh, Brad, that guy with the late night. Since he's D, Swiss cheese tablets provolone. That's good. That was a good one, man.
Andy, all of your subscribers should meet up next year at the. Where is National next year? Chicago?
Man, that's a great question. I'd have to look it up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm down, dude. I want to go. That would be so cool. I know Brad, the comeback card investor, wants to go too. Let's see. National Sports Card Convention.
Collectors Convention. I've been 3 times. It's awesome.
Really?
It's really cool. But that's where I met Bill Simmons. Hung out with Bill Simmons for a little bit. Let's see. Last time I went, though, was 2012, though. So, I mean, it's been a while.
Wow. Chicago. Yeah, you're right, man. Chicago. Dude, it's incredible, man. You're like a wealth of sports knowledge.
That's all I'm good for, man. Sports, telling jokes, philosophy. You know what's weird? And I'll give people a little insight on this. So when I was at SiriusXM, I was just an intern. But he treated me as an employee. So second week I was there, became the producer of Coach K show. So I work with Mike Krzyzewski, or however you pronounce it. And the year that I did that, they actually won the national championship. It was the John Shire, Nolan Smith, Kyle Singler team. So not one of his better teams, but that team won it. They beat Butler. And that was the famous Gordon Hayward shot that almost went in from half court. But anyway, for a week, I worked politics. I worked Capitol Hill, and I covered Congress. And I'll tell you this, it was as miserable as you could have expected it. Going from covering sports to covering politics was awful for that week. Awful. Had to wear a suit. It was 1,000 degrees in Washington, D.C. I don't know the difference between Mitch McConnell or Orrin Hatch or whoever. I interviewed Orrin Hatch. I had no freaking clue it was Orrin Hatch. Most of you don't even know who Orrin Hatch is. I still don't know who Orrin Hatch is. I just remember the name Orrin Hatch, and I think he was close with some famous sports figure. That's all I remember. So it was miserable. So, covering sports has been a blessing. I've been lucky to cover all these sports. I've covered Barcelona to LSU to the Saints or whoever. So that's why I'm a nerd. That's why I'm a sports nerd, man. That's why I'm addicted to people that really love sports. I can tell you really love it. Like, you have a wife and kids. That's stressful enough. You've lost so much damn hair since your kids have been born, and you still love the shit. My dad's the same way. My dad has spent any money that he's ever made on his career, not family related, on sports related things. So that's how I am as well. So that's what makes it fun to me is, these items, while they may be worth something, I mean, they really do mean a lot to me. I mean, this Deion Sanders, I know I've shown him a few times. I'm not even a Deion Sanders fan. I'm not even a Florida State fan, but I just love the piece. I love the do-rag. It's got the Deion Sanders smile. I just love items like that. Like this Robert Miller card you're going to trade me for Patrick Mahomes whenever the Saints win. So I just love it all, man. I really do.
That's it, man. Love it all.
Just love it all, baby. Love
That's
it all.
that's a good note to end on right there.
I do have a lot of gray hair, man. I did have gray hair when I was 21. I have gray hair. I got a monobrow.
You had gray hair when you were 21?
Yeah. Got a lot of gray hair. So 10 years ago, man, I had gray hair when I was at LSU. And every time I approached a woman, she was like, dude, you're in college and you have gray hair? There's no way I could talk to you. You have gray hair. They're like, your name's at Carter. Your name must be Oscar or Gerald or something like that. So, it is what it is. But anyway, Andy, I appreciate you. Please, folks, come on over to the Sports Gyms channel. Yeah. Subscribe, leave a comment, enjoy the videos. Keep watching my homie Andy, and we'll see you tomorrow for the draft. I'm drafting 5th, baby. Let's go. I can't wait. I can't wait for Christian McCaffrey to drop to me at number 5. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. We'll see you.